Oh, do you want to?
Oh, yeah, I should probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I might.
I might want to come out.
Oh, we're good.
Right in front of the camera.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah, this is where everybody gets up and leave.
So this is the 5 minutes that we're going to have to cut off the beginning of the video. But that's all right.
Live stream.
Although if it's live, it's live
streaming.
streaming. So yeah, awesome.
You know what you said about getting away from your games? Can't even get away from the team right when I come to a role-playing game.
Yes, you just carry it with you.
Stuff there.
Yeah.
I lost them all, and now I know where they are.
They're all in your dice box. Nice. Cool. All right.
Apparently you only need dice 6s for this.
Yeah, you need
2d6.
2d6. That's all you need.
Do
John or Alex, can you shut the door there, please?
This is the one I was reading.
People can look
live stream of John.
It'd be like live stream. What's
I
that?
feel like this is the one I was
okay,
reading.
I have no
Tony,
shame,
because
so-
there is that mark on that.
Maybe, yeah.
Shit is overrated.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. I really appreciate it. So for anybody that's watching at home or wherever they are, I'm not a camera person, so this is going to be really awkward. So my name is Martin Greening. This is a demo playtest of Ruma: Dawn of Empire, fantasy Roman Empire based upon the Apocalypse engine, and it's on Kickstarter. Kickstarter ends on Tuesday night, June 6th at 7:30 Pacific time. All right, so let's get to the good part. There's the business part out of the way. All right, so has anybody played an Apocalypse game before?
No.
Negative.
9.
I did a little bit.
You did a little
played
bit.
9
Okay.
games?
I died.
Yeah.
Like immediately. First session.
So,
No.
Yet.
We crashed into a car.
I can get no up and a few more.
so this is the second edition of Apocalypse World. Written by D. Vincent Baker and Megway Baker. It's basically Mad Max type thing, but it's a little graphic. They like to have characters like to have intercourse and whatnot. Anyway, so he made this game a while back and then kind of opened the mechanics up for other people to use. The basic mechanics of the game, it's a 2d6 roll plus a small stat, usually like +1 or +2. Sometimes it's a -1. If you get a 10 or better, that's a full success. If you get a 7 to 9, it's a partial success. And if you get a 6 or less, that's what they call a miss, or it could be a failure, or it could be a success or partial success just with a serious complication. And that's basically the game. Mike's looking at me like, all right. And then I brought this other one. This is another game, Legacy Life Among the Ruins, that based on the same system. It's very similar in its genre, but I really liked the conciseness of it, as you can see, much smaller. And the final result for Ruma will probably look more like this book than it will this one, because this is, it'll be a little bit thicker than this one, but probably around the same size. So anyway, all right, there's that. Show and tell is over. So does everybody have the packet? Yeah, cool. So on the first page, what everybody's going to do is the first choice you're going to make in creating a character is choose your playbook.
Let's do this.
Which one?
Let's do this.
Do we all have to be different ones?
Yes.
So let's all do different ones for the playtest.
It's even in a non-playtest, it's usually better to play different playbooks because then you get you get a variety. There's no there's a little bit
You
of
get to see all the synergy between the different.
I guess something like that.
Nice.
People aren't stepping on each other's toes quite as much. They get a little bit of uniqueness to their characters. There's 10 playbooks here currently. Like I was telling you earlier, the Magus, which is the big spellcaster, is not done, unfortunately, so he's not available, or she.
Sad face.
Sad face. And not on here, so as one of the stretch goals, we unlocked the Equitus, however you pronounce it for anybody that actually speaks Latin. It's basically the cavalry person. So that one, I do have the playtest version of if you want to play that. So
I'll refrain from giving him a hard time for making a Latin-based game. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Without speaking Latin.
Yeah.
I know. I really, like Google Translate.
10,000 comments on his YouTube going, it's spelled.
It's not Latin, it's
Yep, whatever.
It's fantasy Latin. I did make it. Yeah, I did have to make up a word, but
How's it pronounced?
equity.
There you go.
From the creator himself.
The referee has spoken.
Anyway, so if you want to look through those, if you want to actually look through so these are the sheets. On one side, it says creating your whatever the playbook is. The other side is basically the character sheet itself. Everything is kind of step by step. It tells you like what to do. I haven't passed these around yet.
He wants us to. It's almost like he's already had it in his hands, ready to go.
Because
I claimed it.
Stolen it.
He wants to be the front line.
So if you want to, if you want to actually look,
Rumen?
Rumen, yeah,
Rumen.
Rumen.
Is
Yeah.
there ones that you definitely want to have tested?
There's 6 of us.
It doesn't matter. It's
Yes, he wants all of them tested.
like
The valet?
Well, if I
No, I'm not, I was just.
because that's what his default character is. Charge.
That's his.
I wanted to play Augur.
Well, since
do you
my
want to play the
default would
ogre?
be Magus, and that's it. I'll.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My next choice would be a
Alex, I love the
Decanus.
gladiator.
Decanus. Did you want to play? You don't want to play the deck.
Skirmisher?
Oh, never mind. You were like, no.
Just rock paper scissors. It.
I was like,
Alex, you wanted it. Alex,
I had a third elf of choice.
What?
the auger.
Everyone else can decide what they want, and then I'll
How about I just do
pick
this?
one.
Just throw this out here.
Okay, you wanna...
yeah.
Choose a way.
oh, Athena.
Now we're all going to sit here going,
Watch, just get both the Augur and the Velite
I
will
will
be
be
left, and
the
I have to
priest.
decide.
I'm going for the cleric. Here we go.
It says doctor or surgeon.
The medicus?
It doesn't say priest.
Yeah,
Somebody has
it's
to.
not necessarily
Priest
priest.
could be
Yeah,
something else altogether.
Yeah.
That isn't on the
and
list.
actually, I mean, in the cults, the priests are not. Well, there is a priest caste. Basically, the pontifexes.
I don't see that here.
It's not a So okay.
Not a thing yet, huh?
So here's the general idea of Ruma. It's fantasy Roman Empire, so an alternate Roman Empire. That's why it's called Ruma instead of Roma. It's not alternate history. It's an actually a separate world that just is based on similarities to ours. Magic and mythology are real. The idea is the characters are all members of what they call a cohort. The cohort being a small group of basically special forces that are kind of gathered together by either a senator or a general in order to tackle special obstacles. As the empire is expanding its borders into basically bringing civilization to the savages. So, yes. Because, Romans are civilized.
What must be done?
Yeah, right. So,
Natural imperative.
right. So the playbooks that are available focus more towards things that you'll find on the frontier as opposed to things you'll find in like the city of Ruma itself. So there's no like senators, things like priests or whatever. Now, I've already had people ask about a political version of the game.
Well, that does seem like an obvious.
So that may end up being
Considering all
something
things.
at some point, because somebody's got to stab Caesar in the back, right?
You're going to stop himself.
I don't think it was somebody. I think it was everybody.
It was everybody. Yeah.
Somebody has to be the people-y
first
person
one.
enough to get everybody to stab Caesar in the back, right?
So, all right. So we have a Velite here. John, you put the.
Oh, we didn't
Decanus.
introduce all our stuff.
Yeah, we'll go around
Okay,
here in a
okay.
minute. Greg, what did you choose?
Medicus.
So they know who the
Yeah, we'll get names.
yell
and
at
everything.
later.
Right. Yeah. So we got Alex. What did you end up taking?
Augur.
The augur. Okay.
He took
Mike,
it
you took the Triarius. Okay, and the Hustatus. All right. So what are we missing? So we didn't take no gladiators.
Multiple classes, probably.
No gladiators.
No gladiator, Praeto, and Venerator.
No Venice.
Venator.
No
Sorry.
gladiator. I'm surprised.
No Equus.
Venerator.
Yeah,
Some
old guy.
some old guy. All right, so so to create the characters, basically just follow step by step on the. Can you pass me one of those, please? Doesn't matter which one.
If you can read.
Cool. Yeah. So just like it says, you choose your name. And if you look in the large packet with the staple, there's actually a list of Roman names in there.
Oh no, I already know mine.
Yeah.
Hello,
Is it Vindicus?
Nope. Spectacles, the augur. He sees things.
So I can already see, that this is
This is going downhill quickly.
the more comic version of the game.
I noticed.
I
noticed in the descriptions and stuff you have like 4 choices for everything. Is that by design?
That's
or,
by design. Yeah, that's
Or
so.
is it something where you can add others or whatever?
Well, you can. Yeah, it, like it says on here, choose one from each. Choose one from each line or make your own. So these are just suggestions,
Oh,
just to kind of spur the imagination type thing.
sure. Okay.
So.
I'm going to feel like I have none and pick one off your list.
So Mike's giving me a funny look. Excuse me.
Though it's tempted to come up with something original for every single line.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that.
So once you get through the description, you'll see the temperament. Which the 4 temperaments are on the stapled sheet. Mm-hmm. They are choleric, melancholic, phlegmatic, and sanguine. So basically, Rumen medicine.
Phlegmatic.
Oh, there.
I've already selected.
Oh, peaceful and relaxed.
Just laid back.
Just chill.
It's a chill frontline soldier.
Yeah.
Makes
So
perfect sense.
in Rumen medicine, which so Mike is playing a medicus.
Or Greg, depending
Greg.
on.
Or Greg, I'm sorry. Jeez. I was like looking over here. I don't know. I was thinking of Mike, I guess.
Oh my.
Well, I'm here.
All right.
Pay attention to the rules. Calm down now.
I don't see anything about that on there.
No, that's true, man.
So Greg is playing a medicus. So anyway, yeah, Rumen medicine. They believed that you had these 4 temperaments in the body, and when they were in balance, you were perfectly healthy. When they were out of balance is when disease and whatnot took over in the body,
and we're unbalanced.
And usually, when the 4 temperaments were out of balance, whichever one was the dominant temperament was the one that affected your personality. As far as this game goes, these are used as a kind of role-playing aid to generate a personality for your character. So you'll choose one of the 4, and there's kind of recommendations on what they are. So like phlegmatic would be a peaceful, relaxed, kind of laid back, kind of like the dude from The Big Lebowski. He's just like, whatever, man. So in a long-term game, if you were playing more than one session, if you play towards your temperament, you mark experience points. You basically get experience. So in a one-off like we're playing now, you don't really need to choose a temperament if you don't want to.
I think we should be an entire party of phlegmatic.
Just everybody's laid back. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That.
So,
Medicus is handing out the herbs.
so then the third step is choose your cult. So in the Rumen world, everybody is an initiate of a cult of one of the gods. Nice. Cool. There's a Sharpie here if you want to use Sharpie.
Oh, yeah.
The job is done.
If
I'm
you'd
not looking over
like.
it.
Yeah, actually, I
If we're
was
streaming, then
going to ask to put your character
You
name,
are made for this.
but because we don't care about who you really are.
well, you seem to because you keep referring to everybody else as me, so.
So
This is Mike.
Yes.
Mike. And my wife is Mike as well.
Your name's not like that.
Your character can just be Mike.
And this is Mark.
I know you can be Micus.
That's what I was just looking for.
Yeah, I'm sure if you have another name, which like Spectacles, or I know what, I'm not sure.
Yeah, my character's gonna.
It's not really profanity.
No, that's not profanity.
No.
It is a medical term.
It is a body part.
Look, it's not.
No,
his
no,
fault.
it is a name.
It's not his fault that his parents named testicles. All right.
You're pronouncing it incorrectly.
I am. It's how do you pronounce that? I don't know.
Testicles.
Testocles.
Testocles?
Testocles.
It's testicles.
It's spelled testocles. Testocles.
That's the way you want us to say it, then we'll.
Do you want
We'll ignore you.
skip to this part in the video?
Oh, no, I will.
To, get to content?
Yes, there will be.
Later on.
I will basically bookmark the spot where this video starts the actual game in case people want to bypass the character creation. But I also wanted to get this on video so that way people could see kind of
reference back
a
when
little
they
bit
sue us.
of how it works. Yeah, right, exactly.
Hey, they chose to. They chose to.
Time to leave.
So
F off.
I'm going to change my name again.
Yeah.
I'm not Mike anymore.
the one there is one cult that's not on the page that on the character sheet, and that's Vulcan. I left the Vulcan off.
Yeah, like some of the other gods.
No, it was
Like
accidental.
Ares, you know. Or,
Ares is there.
no, not
Oh,
Ares.
what's that?
Ares, god of
Ares.
chaos.
Oh,
Goddess. of
Oh, we've got
chaos.
that covered already, I think.
Well, that's going to happen anyway because Ares.
yeah.
Ares
So,
did everything.
so here's the thing: like the Roman and Greek pantheons are just so vast that you can't do everything. So,
True.
the
Again,
gods.
this is only loosely based on that. This
Exactly,
isn't-
yeah. And so
isn't a
you'll notice
copy.
like some cults will use the Greek name for the god, some cults will use the Roman
saw
name for the
that.
god.
What?
And they're very well may be like Ares and Mars. There could be a cult of Ares and a cult of Mars that are two separate things, even though they basically worship the same god. So so it's really up to you which you want to do. Because this one of the things about this game or any game that's powered by the apocalypse is it opens things up to the players so that the players can create their own things and kind of make the world their own. So so Vulcan is an option.
For him.
Yeah.
What would a worshiper of Vulcan
I'll
be
do it
like?
again.
A follower.
Of Vulcan?
Yeah.
So Vulcan is
Because it's
the
fire and forge.
Vulcan is the god of fire and forge.
Well,
So
no, he's making a dwarf, isn't he?
he is.
Yeah.
He's basically making his D&D character. He's making Beelzebub.
Look,
Did you name him Beelzebub?
he's not a great war.
So, okay, so if you look in
Short Roman.
the
Roman.
character
Roman.
packet, the one with the
What are we
staple,
doing?
after the first page, there are a couple pages of moves that are called basic moves. These are kind of your basic abilities. Everybody has them. And then a little bit beyond that
cult moves,
are
there
the
we
cult
go.
moves. So that'll kind of give you an idea of what the cult. So basically, everybody who is a member of a cult will gain a blessing of sorts from their god in the form of one of the 3 cult moves that are available to that cult. So, like if you chose the cult of Vulcan, there are 3 moves. Where are they here?
Well, there we go.
So,
Vulcan it is.
Blazing Armor, Forge Father's Blessing, and Vulcan's Caress are the 3 moves.
Wow.
Yes, he caresses you with fire.
Oh, it hurts so good.
PG-13.
So, so when you get to the move section, that's when you'll choose things or whatever. So,
I was going to go with Athena, but that seems too thinky for my character.
Athena in this world, Athena is the goddess of war. She still has a little bit of domains of wisdom and craftsmanship, but
Yeah, but it's also tactical, which is...
war and tactics. So she is the primary goddess of the military. Ares and Mars in this world are the god of violence and murder, and so they're not so much about the organized things. They're about just chaos and destroying things. So, or he, I should say, because it's one entity. But so there is a little bit of a minor difference there, and because Athena is the primary goddess of the military, there's much more of a feminine presence within the Roman military than there was in our Roman Empire's military.
also my
go with no
testicles
eyes.
is a woman. I didn't clarify that.
Make him
laughing eyes, no eyes, piercing eyes.
because one of the options for
Male or female.
just to choose ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Concealed.
That's why I'm
Concealed. Ooh, I like concealed.
So
You don't know, just because I have a beard. You don't know.
totally not a dwarf. So after you choose your cult, you'll choose your starting stats. Every playbook has a set array, basically, and you can add 1 to one of the stats. What the stats mean are on the front page of the playtest packet. Acutus is kind of like intelligence, wisdom, and perception all rolled into one. It's cleverness and whatnot. Fortis is your fortitude, your constitution, your stamina. Impetus is basically how hard you hit in combat. That's your offense. Lepos is your social skills. So if you have Lepos -1, that means you're,
Leprous.
like most gamers. No, I'm just kidding. If you're like me and have no social skills whatsoever. And then Fatum.
Nice recovery.
Yes. Fatum is fate, destiny, your connections with the gods, luck, chance, that kind of thing. So, so you'll get your starting array, and there are spots to write them, the stats here. You'll add 1 to one of them. And I should say that if you guys find errors or have questions or suggestions, or whatever, feel free to write on these and let me know. What typos are great. Because the feedback is much, much appreciated.
But not in the middle of the same.
Depends on what it is. I mean, if we run into an issue where the rules are like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and we need to adjudicate something.
That's what we're here for.
Then yeah, definitely.
It's going to be a female character.
But if it's like, hey Martin, this guy should have a +1 here instead of a 0. I don't know. I don't really care.
Well,
whatever works.
Let me get that Sharpie.
A veteran soldier who doesn't
Alex.
Who doesn't what?
Who doesn't hit very hard.
Give me that Sharpie.
Um,
It's alright, I'll hit it hard for you. Don't worry about it.
So, yeah, the Triarius. So the traditionally the Triarii, they're the third rank.
Well, you're a Veliti.
No, I'm Triari.
he just thinks he is. So traditionally, so basically the world is set in kind of late Republic. So the Republic has ended and the Empire is just beginning. It doesn't quite happen the exact same way that it did in our world, but we're still at the stage where the armies are using a 3-rank system. So Hastatus up front, Principe in the 2nd rank, and Triarii in the 3rd rank. And in general, starting from the front rank, you usually had the fresher recruits. They had usually not as good of gear. They're not as wealthy. And then as you move back in through the Principe and the Triarius or Triarii, you find more seasoned soldiers and richer soldiers. So they usually have better equipment and whatnot. So the Triarii, so the Triarii, or there's a lot of variability in them. Meaning they, like some, they come in a lot of varieties. You know, whether it's just somebody who's fresh to the front, but they were wealthy and able to buy themselves a spot in that 3rd rank. It's like, I'm just going to go back here. What are you going to do about it? Or they're somebody that has built up that, that gear over time, and they've fought, quite a few battles or whatever. And they're just like, so it can vary quite a bit, but I forget, what is the default impetus for Triarii? It's 0, yeah. So you can make it +1. But I think, so this is one of the problems with game design sometimes, is you work on something and then you work on a bunch of other things and you don't look at the previous thing that you worked on 2 months ago and you forgot what it was. And so there may be moves that change that. So the next step after, since we're talking about moves, the next step after stats is moves. Moves are basically your special abilities. For the most part, everybody gets the basic moves. Those are the things that everybody can do. Things like trying to get somebody to do something, trying to hit something, trying to overcome an obstacle of sorts, trying to help somebody, trying to recall lore. Those are the generic things that everybody can do. Each playbook, on the character sheet side,
There we go.
we'll have a list of moves specific to that playbook. The side with the little sundial on it. I believe all of these, well, except for the Decanus. The Decanus is an exception because they don't get a choice of their 2 moves. They have to take the Contubernium and the Leader of Men. Everybody else, I believe, gets to choose 2 of the moves specific to their playbook. So you would just circle which ones you want. And then everybody gets to choose 1 move from their cult. For the Decanus, so the Decanus is a non-commissioned officer squad leader. So in the Ruman military, when they're putting together their campsites. They have the tents, the neat rows of tents and everything. Each tent housed 8 men, and that was called the contubernium. It was basically a squad. So the Decanus leads a squad of 8 men. So you do get a couple of choices, though. Under the contubernium move, if you read it, you get to choose kind of like to customize your squad to give it certain abilities. And I think is it 2 options?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So so you can kind of make it to a little bit what you like, and then as the character improves, they can improve the squad.
Right.
One of the nice advantages of the contubernium is that's what's called a gang, and a gang is an entity within the game rules. Like if one person is facing a gang, that gang is going to get bonuses against that one person. The contubernium is a gang, and so if the group is facing a gang, they can kind of negate that by having the numbers in their favor. So, all right. So you select your 2 moves, if you haven't done that already, and then select a move from the Colt that you've chosen. That one you'll have to like either circle or write down on the character sheet, or just keep it nearby.
There's a good amount of empty space up here.
Yeah, now there will be another thing that might need some of that empty space. So, I usually tell people write it at the bottom of the move section. Yeah. Now these are playtest character sheets. The actual ones for the game will be much nicer and laid out better.
I'm sure pretty colors and all that nonsense.
Well, yeah, black and white, but
gray tones.
Everything's gonna be black and white.
Form fillable PDF.
There you go.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I ever want.
Form fillable PDF. Yeah, I got you.
Because I don't do paper.
Greg will make one.
Yeah. So after moves is starting gear. It's just a straight up thing that tells you what you get. Gear is not a super essential thing in this game. It does provide you a couple things, like it tells you how much damage you do. In this game, damage is called harm, because harm can be a lot of things. It can be physical, it can be mental,
You could
it could be emotional harm.
you could pass out for 7 minutes.
Yeah. And then have a ghast try to eat you.
He was very scary.
And then some of the characters, actually a lot of the characters will also have armor. For anybody who has armor and a shield, you'll notice the shield has 2 entities. The first one where the shield says 1 armor and then it says +1 armor. It means if you're just using a shield by itself, you have 1 armor. But if you're wearing armor and using a shield, the shield adds +1 to the armor that you're wearing, so you have 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So
then with the
stacks,
breastplate, greaves, and the shield, you'd have 3 armor.
No.
What?
Because breastplate and greaves is 1 entity,
One armor.
1 armor, and then the shield is +1 armor.
So 1 armor plus 1
It
armor.
says 1 armor plus 1
It's
armor.
right. It's an option.
It either
So
counts as armor in its own self, or you get +1 to your existing armor.
Right.
Exactly.
So we should say
that
1
makes
armor
sense.
slash +1 armor.
what? Your cloak?
Yeah.
Well, no, nothing.
So I
other
don't
than
get cold?
you look really cool.
Well, then maybe
Right,
maybe just say 1 armor or
Nice thick
So
cloak.
with the armor thing, is the max armor that you can have 2?
No.
You can really jack it up.
Well, how am I going to
There
get
are
more
ways to
armor?
You play the game.
We're getting there.
So maybe just do 1 armor or +1 armor, because it's confusing. Otherwise.
Yeah, it's
If I pick that, is that for my gang or for me?
that's for your gang.
Not me as well.
All those selections are for the contubernium itself.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so they have a base stat line in the beginning of that move,
Yeah, I got that.
and then those are upgrades to it. So you
That's
can
what I thought.
you can make your gang tougher, or you can make them.
There is one
you know,
that
whatever.
affects my armor.
Oh yeah, the one
I have 3.
the one where
I have
they
armor
where
too.
they take a hit for you, basically.
No, that
Or
one.
they,
That is.
They're bodyguards. He
to
basically
Tony,
has
they'll take a
8.
hit for me.
Yeah,
Tetsudo, as long as
Oh,
it's in
that's
hand
right.
range, we all
he could
get a point of
do
armor.
Tetsudo formation.
Can I join this?
So these are the.
Anybody, me and my gang.
So I pick one of my cult move options. Yes.
Yes.
We're all the
I don't know,
Hang on,
that's not my call.
I'm back, right?
Getting a lot of
You did
crosstalk here.
No. I'm
Adventure. Get
I'm
An adventure.
You're on the hilltop.
Armor piercing. Oh yeah, AP means armor piercing. So if you see that, if it says like 1 harm AP, that means armor does not protect against that. Yes.
I didn't see anything
so
to give me that.
things like fire.
Or surgery.
Oh no.
So plus one ongoing. How does that work?
Surgery, if I miss, it's 2.
Okay, so
piercing harm damage.
a couple of
You're cutting into somebody. So,
a couple of the other things in the mechanics. Anything that says forward, so it'll say like +1 forward, it means you get +1 to your next roll, no matter what the roll is. If it's +1 or plus whatever ongoing, that means you get that bonus until a condition is met. It'll say like +1 ongoing until the end of the combat, or +1 ongoing
For the
until
next 3
something.
rolls.
Yeah. And then the last thing is hold. Hold is a currency. It's just a generic currency. A move will say like you get X number of hold, and this is what you can spend it on. Like you can spend 1 hold to do this or whatever. So it's just a generic term for a currency. So if you're looking through the moves and you see those terms, those are specific terms to Apocalypse World games. But that's almost it for the jargon, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
3 words. Okay.
Pretty much. I mean, you got move. Move is technically jargon.
that applies to virtually every game ever.
Pretty much. They just call them something else. They call them abilities or something like that. They like to call the conversation the fiction. So basically we're here to tell a story and to find out what happens. That's pretty much what
it's essentially the entire movie of 300. It's all it is just someone's story, and it's the animation of that story.
And the story is it's not necessarily my story. I have some beginnings for you guys.
Well, you're the arbiter.
I am the arbiter. Yes. I am an RBTs. I don't know. Adeptus RBT. Oh wait, we're getting out of.
Yeah.
That's copyrighted. So or trademarked or something. I forgot where I was. Oh yeah, okay. So once you get past gear, the very last thing we have to do is bonds. So how's everybody doing? Has everybody got their moves picked or chosen?
Rocking it.
What's that?
Rocking it. Good. Roll.
You decide if you're
Ready.
to go with the blazing armor or the forge father's blessing.
Okay.
Question.
One
of my moves is, I've seen it all. When you overcome adversity, take +1 to the roll.
Yeah. So overcome adversity is one of the basic moves, and overcome adversity is kind of a catch-all move. It basically is, if we can't find any other move that applies, we choose overcome adversity. And if you notice how it's written, it basically allows you to choose any of the 5 stats as the stat you're going to use for that to overcome, but you have to explain how that works.
You have to roleplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
A role-playing game.
That's too hard.
so, but you get +1 because you have literally seen it all. So, the Triarius is very much a jack of all trades, to a certain extent. Especially so there is another cult that I haven't finished yet.
Role play.
One of the cults that was unlocked was the cult of Hecate, or Trivia, who is the goddess of magic and witchcraft. So, I haven't finished the moves for that cult yet, but it will be a way to give some minor way of spellcasting to a non-magus character. What's that?
Or diviner, because presumably.
Or diviner, yeah. Well, the diviner. So the augur. That's the thing is the mechanics.
Really
the mechanics tell you how this works, but you can decide. So, Alex, as the augur, you can decide how you actually do you just have dreams? Do you have visions? Do you smoke? Whatever. Do you cast the dice? Do you do entrails of animals or whatever? So you can make up however it is you want that you get these visions of the future.
Hold it down. Put a spoon in his mouth. He'll be fine.
Seizures.
So it could very well be somebody who is a magician, if you want it to be that way. It's just called the augur, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that you are an actual augur. It just means you have the ability to see the future in some way. So
I commune with the spirits.
Could be that. Yeah.
What's a pylon?
Pylon.
You got ghosts following you.
Pylon is a heavy
He's a
javelin.
drunkard.
It's a handheld though, used as a spear, or is it
It's a javelin. It's thrown. It's a thrown weapon. It's a heavy javelin.
No, actually,
When it's a near
Cult of
thrown
Hades.
weapon?
So
Yes.
I commune with the spirits of the
It's
dead.
not javelin. It's a pylon.
You
one
can't
did you
throw
take?
it as far as a sling
The-
or a
same
bow
one.
can shoot.
The moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Don't tell me what I
I
can
took
do.
because of Hades.
All right. So is everybody ready for the bond section?
Let's do it.
Indeed.
Because the bond section. Okay, so bonds are your connections with other characters in the group.
I should have taken that.
If you'll notice on the sheet, there should be 3 questions for each playbook. I think there might be 1 or 2 that has 2.
Ooh, actually, I should.
So before we do the bonds, let's go around the room and introduce everybody. So that way you can write down everybody's name on either the card or your character sheet. So we're going to start with Gabe here. Gabe, who are you? So tell me, tell everybody, your name, your character's name, your playbook, and your cult.
My name is Gabe. I am going to play Velite. My name will be Titus Titinius Triaria. You can call me Triple T. Triple T.
Will not be referring to you like that.
No, I do not believe that will come out of the mouth at any point.
Triple T.
And you are a member of the cult of?
Pluto.
I was going to say the god of ice, then it could be iced tea.
Yes.
Guys, I know it's cold up there. I got this.
Okay.
Look at the harm tables already.
Flashback to the early days, the wandering harm tables.
Yeah. John? You are
I'm
playing
John. I'm playing the Decanus. I don't know if that's how it's
Decanus, Decanus,
Sure.
whatever.
My character's name is Lucia Sentius Macra. Are we describing our characters too? I'm part of the cult of Minerva, which might also be Athena, but I didn't feel like being Greek. So,
I got you.
No such thing. I don't know what
He
you're
chose
talking about.
Pluto instead of Hades. So.
And because nobody else was, I'm cross-gendering here, just for fun.
Sure.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm Greg. I am playing Medicus. My character's name is Livius. And because everybody dies, I've seen it all, I'm really kind of cantankerous and done with it. So I'm in the cult of Hades because it's all going to go to shit anyway.
Hey.
Oops.
That's all. You get 1.
He just said no F-bomb.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
I guess we're going to continue going around.
Yep,
I am
Alex.
Alex. I'm playing the Augur, Spectacles, the Seer. And I also am in the cult of Pluto / Hades.
Wow. So we have.
I'm a very social seer. I like to tell people about death.
Nice.
I'm so social that I speak with the dead, or at least I pretend to, or like to think I do.
Nice. Cool. Mike?
I'm Marcus. I am a veteran soldier who's seen it all, been there, done there, and is slightly withdrawn because of it all. Through my more moves, I've learned that luck is the most important thing in a soldier's life.
What is?
Luck.
You are clearly not a frontline fighter.
You are a member of the cult of
The twins. Yes.
the twins.
Sisters.
Yes, these are the twin
That would seem
sisters.
obvious if luck is the most
Oh,
important
luck.
thing.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood your accent.
Okay.
What did you think?
What do you think
I thought you said look.
There's a reason why I asked him to repeat it.
I thought you said look. I thought you were like Fabio running around on the battlefield or something.
Fabio,
Not running around.
I thought you put the +1 in the Lippos.
He's the pretty guy standing in the...
No. Look, L-U-C.
I got you. All right. And last but not least, Rock.
Hi, I'm Rock.
Are you loud?
I am playing a Hastatus or Hastatus.
Status, whatever.
Hastatus, which is a frontline fighter. So
Really?
two
You don't
positions
say.
in
Get
front
at
of
the
this
front.
guy here.
Yeah, get front.
My name is
That's why I'm-
Brutus Anvilus Maximus, or Bam. You call me Bam.
I'm back.
I did
Should've seen
not
that
actually
coming.
plan that. I just saw when he said that. I was like, "Oh, look, mine says Bam." Sweet. It was meant to be. I worship God of Fire and Forge. Basically, the one that
Adore.
hits things hard.
Basically, you're a
Makes
dwarf.
bursts.
He's basically.
As
Yeah,
always.
I'm also stout in stature.
So many things.
Apparently,
The Forge Father, he blesses me
He always plays dwarves.
when I plead for him.
Of course he does.
My appearance is ambiguous, except for the beard, which
Yeah.
usually gets into it.
Although if you're a dwarf,
I'm grim-faced.
That's fairly ambiguous too, right?
Grim-faced with steadfast eyes, a stocky body, but I'm generally jovial. Yeah,
Don't tell me you've got a veil in hand at all times.
Phlegmatic personality-wise, so pretty laid back.
Yeah.
Until we get to the hitting stuff with stuff.
That'll be fine.
Yeah,
It'll all work out.
I have mastered the gladius and the shield in combat.
Nice.
And so
He's playing his D&D character.
Focus.
If you're comfortable
Don't
with it.
don't say that like I only have one D&D character, but they're all the same.
They're all the same.
My other one is a magic user.
This
Yeah.
is
True.
things.
This is
yeah.
true.
So-
The current one does cast spells.
Thank you.
All right, so we're
Rarely,
digressing
but
a little bit.
The ones that turn him into a dwarf.
Anyway,
Remember the last session where I was like, I can't get time
Right.
to kill him. Oh yeah, that's right. I have spells.
All right. So yes, bonds. All right. So now
Bonds.
the last thing we're going to do is create bonds, and bonds are your connections with the other characters. Create a little bit of a history, but they're also used primarily for aiding and interfering with other characters. Bonds are numeric values. They can run anywhere from -2 to +3. Pluses being an indication that you either know that that character better, or you agree with their kind of outlook on life. Minus meaning you think that they're useless or something along those lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table again, starting with Titus here. And Titus is going to choose. So there are several questions there. Titus only gets 2, sorry.
Oh.
Most of them will have 3 questions. You could choose one of those questions, or you could choose up to all 3 of them. It's your choice. You have to choose at least one. It's on the back side of the... You have to choose at least one, so you have to ask at least one of these questions, or a question of your own that's similar. If you choose your own question, we have to kind of decide what the bond value is going to be, as opposed to what's written on here. So,
Do you want me to read the
Titus, choose. Do you want to ask one of those 2 questions? If you do, just go ahead and ask, and then for each character. So, like for Titus, when he asks a question, or however many questions he asks, each other character can only say "that's me" once. So that way he only has 1 bond value with each character. He can't have multiple bond values. So, So, do you want to ask one of those questions? Which one? Ask away.
Which of you did I see exude great bravery?
Wasn't me.
I'm sure it must have been Marcus because he's the veteran.
I'm sure he thinks it was him. Well, I mean, I was on
Default.
the front lines.
Default.
Odds are it was probably me.
That is true. Bam.
All right. So,
Greatest warrior.
all right. So you have Brutus written down there. Brutus.
Bam.
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 And so this question specifically says right bond +3. So
All right, Emerald.
Titus has bond +3. Okay. So there's a second question there. If you'd like to ask a question, you can. If you want to ask a different question,
I feel like that. I think I should change my name.
Which of you has not died in glorious combat and has lived on forever? Like a coward.
You bumped at me for that.
Nailed it.
In real life?
this one here.
Because he knows.
Oh, nice. Yes. So who's the coward?
it.
Who's the coward?
Who's the coward?
Basically, is what he's asking. Well, let me rephrase. Who does Titus think is the coward?
Probably me.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
really?
Spectacles. So that gives you bond -2 with spectacles. And bonds are not equal. So, like Titus
He
will
likes
have
him
bond
and doesn't
-2,
like him.
but well, no,
Just-
meaning 2 ways. So Spectacles, his bond with
Oh, so
Titus
he could like him. but
could
he
be
don't like him.
different. Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
legit. Okay.
Do you
It's
want to
his
ask any more
thoughts about
questions,
me.
or are you good?
It's cool.
Okay.
Everyone else.
So then you'll notice that there's a default bond value. So his default bond value with everybody else is -1
He didn't like people.
because he's kind of a loner
People
type
are not
guy.
worthy
Cool.
of fighting for the glory of the empire. Only
I'll be seeing you soon.
glorious.
Yeah, right. Lucia.
Well, I'm going to ask all 3 of my questions.
Absolutely.
I'm going to start with the first one, though. Which of you is useless?
He's a veteran. He's never fought.
Yeah, I don't think it's him, and I kind of don't think it's him either, but it could be.
You're the...
Yeah, useless people on the front line don't die. I mean, die.
Give me a soldier with a bunch of other soldiers. I can't imagine I think the doc is useless. I can't imagine I don't think the doc is useless unless you're...
Well, you shouldn't think I'm useless. I'm the one that foresees the future.
Right. Kind of thinking, it wasn't the doc. That's all I got.
Wait, can you have a -1 bond with yourself?
You don't have a bond with yourself.
I'm kidding, but he's the only useless character.
Self-love.
Oh! It's me.
You're useless? Okay.
To you?
Prettiest? Yeah.
Yeah, I do not have your back.
That's okay, I got a gang of guys.
He's got 8 other guys.
All right. Which one of you used to serve in my contubernum?
Me.
That's what I would have guessed. Which is why I didn't start there. And last but not least, which of you do I think would make a good second in command?
I mean, you could change it and choose.
Or change mine. That would be. I don't know.
But it's
a second in command?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
The diviner. I like the diviner. I'm
Go
going to
thinker.
be my good second in
Yeah.
command.
Be like, tell me what's
to look.
Yeah, tell me what's going to happen. Yes.
I can see how the battle's going to go.
Really
Exo, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Why is he running away?
You see me running away, follow.
So if you'd like, you can ask additional questions and make them up, or you could just choose
I
the
actually
default
like
option.
everybody else fairly well because my default bond value is +1.
Yeah.
So the only person I don't like is him.
He's kind of used to it.
All right.
What it says.
So Livius.
Okay. So which of you did I bring back from the brink of death?
Me.
That was quick.
He's probably the one that's diving into combat the most.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
One of these two.
Yeah, the Velite is the crazy guy out in front with the little wolf pelt over his head
Sweet.
and trying to...
Totally vindicates.
You know,
Yeah, basically it's
I
Vindicus.
saw. Yeah.
Other one I'll do is
That's why I converted to Pluto.
which of you do I think is doomed despite my best efforts? Pointing to people or what?
Yeah.
He's pointing at me. Yeah, you can't choose the same one twice, but you can replace. So if somebody fits more appropriately for an additional question, but it's better to choose somebody else that hasn't been chosen already.
Any volunteers?
Can you choose me?
I'll go with that. You think I'm doomed?
We're not choosing.
Since I can see the future.
You can see the
you think
Well,
because I'm
remember,
messing
he
with the
sees the
fates.
future, and you think everybody's going to die. 'cause
Everybody is that.
Oh, wait, do we only have
We're part
one
of the
bond?
same
He's
cult.
talking
You know
about
I'm
dead
doomed.
people. He's
You have a
already
bond with
got
everybody?
already in the grave.
Yeah.
I'm tapping into the ether.
The Matrix.
All those visions are gonna catch up to me. Oh, you're done?
-2. I'm done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then you
you're
get
done? Oh,
you
okay,
get a
nice.
default value with everybody else. Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask all
Spectacles.
3 of my questions.
Yes, you had no interest in choose to.
I choose not to.
Which of you have I foreseen your doom?
What was that?
Which of you have I foreseen your doom?
All of us have not been listening.
There's 2 more questions.
Wait for
Pass.
it. He's building up.
Next question.
It's the narrative.
No one?
You can pick someone.
Oh, I could just pick someone?
You can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who have I
absolutely.
foreseen your doom? I have foreseen... I was going to go there. Yeah. I have +2 bond.
I thought Bob.
Oh, wait,
Oh, it's a +2.
Yeah.
I was going to go for -2, -2.
We need the
Individuals,
medicus.
that's a bit of a role play.
If
I've
nobody's interested in choosing an option, there's a couple of ways you can do it. There's no fixed way. You can either have the player, so like in Alex's case where he was basically going to choose Livius, or you can leave it up to the group, or you can just skip it if nobody answers and choose another question. It really doesn't
It's
matter a
+2
whole
bond.
lot. Yeah.
What
So
else you got?
Which of you can I not see your future?
Me.
You.
Okay.
not
Too many dudes.
Now, do
I
we need
got
to
too many
know
guys in the
what
room.
their
It's hard
bond
to
is
tell
for
what's
us?
going to happen.
Or
But then again-
Oh yeah, sure. You can.
But look,
No, but
you
we
think I'm
decide
the
that,
second in
and I was
command.
gonna
All
have
right.
So I only need to know what my bonds are for them.
Yeah.
Like us.
Well, you seem to know what the future is of everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not me.
You're not going with Hades?
So if you lead everybody else out of danger, that seems
Hades
like
and
it would
Pluto are the
keep
same thing.
me out of danger too.
Oh, I didn't
Right?
look at that.
Or you could be the
I went
person
straight
that's
for-
staying there to let everybody else run.
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
all
here's
three.
here's
Could
the
be, don't know.
here's the one that might get things going a little bit. Which of you do I dream of every night?
Damn it.
The biggest.
If I hadn't said yes to the last one,
That's all right. I'm an ambiguous one too.
I had fun writing that one. No, I just thought it would be really
+3 bond with
interesting.
you.
Because he knows a lot about it.
And everyone else, I could see. I have visions of everyone else's fate fairly regularly.
Yeah, you get a +1 with everybody.
Yeah,
right?
everyone else
Yep.
gets
All right,
you're
Marcus.
close with number 2, right?
Okay. Which of you have I fought alongside the most? That's alongside, not with.
Yes, I was wondering about that.
No.
Oh, does the question say with?
No, he was.
No.
No, I'm just making sure that we
Make a distinction
fought alongside as
The
opposed
distinction-
to...
Right,
needs to be
but
there.
what is the
No, it is
question say?
alongside. It is
Oh, it is.
alongside.
Okay,
It
good.
is alongside. It's the
Yeah,
military.
because like I said, I wrote this like 2 months ago.
So,
So,
As opposed to with would have been the whole other.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, who do I fight with?
Penalty.
That's what I was clarifying.
you can add that on as another question.
I can.
By default, it would either be me or the Medicus, probably.
Shut up.
It's us that have fought alongside.
Hard not
I
to.
fought
You
with
my
probably him.
convertium before he became a veteran, and I am
Correct.
still stuck here.
No, don't
Because
take the sword out.
Some
Don't take the
officer
sword out.
likes him. I don't know.
Yeah.
next question.
Which of you ran away during the last battle? I'm going to choose. Texas, you're it.
Excellent.
Triple T.
No.
So where I come from, it's pronounced Texas. That's me done.
Okay, so you're gonna do the default value with everybody else.
Yes, everybody else is a bit git.
What does everybody else get?
Bit of a git.
A bit of a get.
All right, Brudius.
Which of
European
you joined with me, the cohort? Which of you
What?
joined the cohort with me? We
At the same time.
joined up at the same time? What does it say?
Yeah,
Actually, which of you joined the cohort at the same time as me?
I did.
Did you? Did you now? All
You
right.
volunteer for
see it.
everything.
How did you get so far? Wait, what do you do? What do you do again?
He's the squad
He's the
leader.
commander.
I've been in this the same amount of time.
So he's the one that knows me.
Yeah, he's the one that knows you.
He got promoted because.
All right.
he got the experience because he's lucky and keeps getting in trouble. I don't know.
All right. You get a little bonus. Who do I look up to
Not
as
it.
as a Ruman? Is it soldier? No, just with Ruman ideals. Who exemplifies the Ruman ideals to me?
Holy me, glorious melee combat.
That'll be cool.
You're not exactly Ruman. You're more of a rabid little.
I say I'm not from Ruma.
No, I'm not saying you're not from. But I think the Ruman ideals are more of a stoic, sturdy, steadfast.
In that case, that would be me.
No, it's definitely not you.
It's not me.
Is it me?
So that's not us
I think it is.
three.
I think it is.
Oh, okay.
It's a Ruman.
All right.
Spectacles.
I'm the ideal Rumen to you, huh?
You are. You truly are. All right. Who do I not trust to have my back? No, I'm not doing the Medicus because
That's great.
that's
great.
That's probably true.
Here's the thing
In fact,
about bonds.
as far as our role playing
You're still
goes,
breathing then.
I know that. As far as our role playing goes, in the past, I know that I cannot trust Greg to have my back.
You go with your strengths.
Yeah. So here's one of the
we got a
great
minus
things
2
about
going.
and then you get. Are
And
you
then
gonna ask
everyone
another?
else, actually,
You want to ask another question that you're gonna make up?
who do I feel is at least close to my equal in combat?
The little
Hand to
girl
hand.
standing over there.
I'm going to add another negative 1 to that. I don't trust you and I don't like you.
Well, what this? The guy that runs the unit that doesn't actually stands back, who doesn't do
Definitely
the
not you.
I'll play for
Gotta be
you.
him.
I'll play
That
for
is
you.
Titus. It is Titus.
Okay. So make it +2.
Yep, he's going to get a +2, and everybody else gets +1.
Yeah.
Everybody else being
Everybody else being Marcus.
Marcus.
Everybody else.
So here's one of the things about bonds, and for that matter, a lot of the other choices. You can mix things up, and like you can choose things that make the most sense, but you can also choose things that are just off the wall and create kind of
Create more
a little bit of strife, a little bit more story. Like choosing, if you're playing the Venator, say the Venator is the hunter. If you wanted to augment the Venator's ability, you would choose the cult of Artemis Diana, who's the goddess of hunting in the wild. Or you could do something like off the wall and choose, Hades, and be like, I hunt dead people or whatever. I'm a ghost hunter or whatever, which actually came up in one of my previous playtests.
Oh, wow.
They were a Venator who was a member of the cult of Hades and basically said, I hunt ghosts. Because they took the Speak with the Dead thing. They took the vision where they could see undead or people on the brink of death. Yeah. So we do have a party of 3 people who are members of the cult of Hades, and I did want to ask what cult move you guys chose. So here's the reason. It usually works better if everybody chooses something different. Just because then you get a little bit different varieties in your characters. You don't have any follow-up. So I know which
Kiss of Hades.
You took the Kiss of Hades.
That's why.
Ancestral Communion.
You took Ancestral
I
Communion.
took Kiss of Hades.
And you took Kiss of Hades, which is fine. If you want to keep them, it's absolutely fine. It's just I just want to throw it out there. And I think
I fight my battles.
that was the only duplicate, right? Yeah, because Minerva,
Through the
the twins, and Vulcan. Yeah, so it was just everybody likes death. What is the deal?
Because we know how this is going to end.
I'm trying to actively avoid it.
Half the party likes death.
I follow the goddess of war because I want to live for this stuff
Yeah.
as long
Long as possible, I will avoid it.
All right.
Also, I got 8 guys watching my back
Right.
or my front, depending
Or your
on
front,
what
right,
I-
depending upon where the threat is.
Spectacles,
All right.
because of our relationship, I have decided that I'm going to relinquish my sword master capabilities in order to protect you better,
Really?
and only you. So just,
You changed one.
I changed to hold the line.
Yeah,
Okay.
hold the line's a good move.
What's that do?
Well, it helps me hold the line.
Yeah, basically.
I can stand in defense of a person, place, or thing. I roll my Fortis on a roll of 10 plus. I pick 2 of these. On a 7 and 9, I pick 1. But I can make it so that no harm comes to that thing or person.
That's kind of snazzy.
You deflect the blows that rain down on you harmlessly away, or force the danger back and away. So it's just a defensive.
Yeah,
Snazzy.
it's very tanky. All right. Well, cool. So that's character creation.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys, for coming.
Going pretty good.
All right, time.
So, at this point, I'll put a bookmark or whatever, a mention on the video, say skip to this point to where we can actually begin playing. So,
I have a rules question though.
yeah, sure.
The +1s on the rolls, and then the +1 to harm. I don't understand.
So
Harm is damage.
Harm is the damage value, basically.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So let me explain.
So, like, I have a +1 ongoing on my weapon. Does that mean that I have a +1?
Wait, where do you have +1
my
on
attack? From Vulcan.
What does it say? I don't
It
remember.
says, Forge Fire's Blessing. When you call upon Vulcan to bless your weapon in battle, take +1 ongoing with that weapon.
Oh, yeah. So that's not to the harm. That's to the roll.
Okay,
So
the
one of
attack
the
roll.
one of the basic
okay.
moves is exchange blows.
Okay.
When you exchange blows, you'll
Get better.
and even if you were to somehow use that weapon to overcome adversity, you would add that +1 to that as well.
Okay, and so then when I roll my Fortis, or when I roll for my attack, and I use my modifier,
You're using Fortis instead of Impetus. Yeah.
and I use that for attack, or attack and damage. Is it just attack?
Damage is a function of
Or harm?
So
So only the weapon affects harm.
yes,
Or,
but
or any other modifier that says harm specifically.
right. So if you look at exchange blows, though, which is one of the basic moves. So normally you would roll plus impetus. On a 10 plus, you inflict harm for your weapon. So if you have a
Okay.
gladius, your harm is normally it deals 2 harm. There's a possibility of on a weak hit that it'll inflict -1 harm.
So wait,
So it'll only inflict 1 instead of 2 harm.
oh, I
So
see.
2 minimum
Okay.
0.
yeah. So,
So
and there
It
are
won't heal them like I initially thought.
no. It just it does less damage. It's like a
okay,
weaker
got it.
hit.
Got it,
so
got it, got it. So I do want to be able to attack well.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sadly, I'm not great at attacking, but
That's why you have 8 dudes.
other people to do
It's
it.
got 8 other people to do it. So
but I am good at helping anybody that stays close to me.
yeah,
Because I noted that one that I took actually helped.
the one from Minerva.
Yeah. Back to back, I took.
Oh yeah.
So, when you exchange blows while close to an ally, we each get +1 ongoing until the battle ends. Or
Yes,
close.
which is a good one because
anybody that's near me gets the bonus. Including me.
Your Contubernium is also an ally.
Right. Plus, party,
Yeah.
plus.
Where's stand in defense?
No, that is a unique thing to
It is.
the Hastatus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it is unique to the Hastatus. So it's not a basic move. So
Okay.
yeah, I guess let me go through the basic moves real quick. Aid or interfere. Aid is when you want to help somebody out. This is where your bond will come into play. So if you have a negative bond with a character, you probably don't want to aid them. or interfere with them for that matter, because you're less likely to pass the roll.
Yeah.
Debate a point is not only debating, it's also pretty much any kind of influence, social interaction.
Social interaction.
Exchange blows is both melee and ranged, based upon impetus. So some of you may have seen moves that replace abilities. So like the Hastatus has an ability called Sword and Shield, is that right? Sword and Board. Where normally you would use impetus in melee.
Sword and shield. Yeah.
Sword and Shield. So he can instead use his Fortis stat for when he's doing combat because he gets in there and just stabs away.
I do, and I have precognition, which uses my Phaeton instead.
Yeah, there are some interesting combinations that I really like, especially with the Medicus, because you can take Master of Anatomy.
Done.
And then, what was the second one you took? Surgeon. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Master of Anatomy, and then which allows him to use his Acutus for combat because he knows precisely where to strike.
He's just fighting with a scalpel.
But precognition is a good one too. So you could kind of mix things up. We had in one of my previous playtest sessions, I had a guy play a Medicus, and he was a Medicus of the cult of Ares, the god of murder. He was basically Dexter. Yeah. So you can get some interesting combinations like that. All right. So observe carefully, your basic perception type stuff. Overcome adversity, like I was talking about earlier. That's kind of the jack of all trades, basically a catch all. And then recall lore. It's like or Greg. Did you know? That's an inside joke from our gaming sessions of old.
Thank you.
So there's one other thing that I haven't put in the playtest because, like the temperaments, it doesn't really apply to a one-off session. Your cult will also have what's called a credo. A credo is kind of like a little motto. Like the temperament, so when you choose your cult, you'll write down your credo for that cult. And kind of like temperament, if you role play to your credo during the session, at the end of the session, if you did role play towards your credo, you would mark experience points. You would get experience points for it. So the main ways to get experience points, which, as I said, is probably not going to apply this game, but you never know. Playing towards your temperament, playing towards your credo, both of those will only apply during an end of session. So if we were playing multiple sessions. The third way is the super easy way. Anytime you roll a miss, which is a 6 or less, you mark experience. So if you notice on your character sheet, under improvements here, there are 7 little circles. Mm-hmm. So if you somehow manage to fail 7 times during this session,
50-50.
You can roll. Choose an improvement.
Oh, okay.
Wait, now does that include if you're aiding someone and you have a -2?
Any kind of roll.
All right, I know what I'm doing.
Are you going to help all the time?
Let me just double check that. I will be helping
negative.
the Medicus all the time.
Hindering Medicus all the time?
Oh, I'm sorry. I failed to help you again.
Here, let me heal you.
I can't.
What would our credo be?
And I didn't
What's
bring the
your bond
credos
with
with me, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. So the credos are so like the credo for Minerva or Athena is this is again I'm like spacing out of what I wrote a couple weeks ago. It was something like duty and honor on the battlefield, or duty and honor in battle, I think was the credo for Athena Minerva. So, so Lucia would, so basically during the end of session move, at the end of the session, the group will go around the table and discuss each character of how they were played and say, did that player play that character to their temperament? Did they play to the credo? And if the consensus is yes for each one, the person mark in one of the dots on experience.
What's the credo for Vulcan? Any idea?
I don't remember. I'm not sure I wrote that one yet.
All right.
Blasphemy.
Because some of them aren't written. That's another reason why they're not here. So,
It's playtest.
because it is, playtest. So, okay, yeah, I think that's just about everything. So one thing I didn't mention for anybody that's actually watching this video, I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, like a lot of things. So
It's cool somebody backed while we were talking. So
awesome. So
Really?
we are they're live streaming this on. So we are at Little Shop of Magic in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is their nice little setup here where they got this room and everything. The owner, John Coviello, is a huge Roman history buff, and he has this cool armor here, so just happens to fit in with our theme, which is pretty cool.
And that's real armor. That's not prop armor.
Yeah,
that's
it's
real.
pretty cool stuff. I know I think he still does reenactments, but anyway, so I just wanted to thank them for providing us with this cool little venue where we can record this, because I sure don't have this kind of setup, at home. So it's pretty cool. All right, I think we're good. Are there any questions as far as or comments for that matter on the character creation section? Or are you guys just ready to get in? And,
How does the harm?
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't want to mention that. So
the harm dial.
if you notice, there's a little sundial here with these nice Roman numerals on it.
Roman
numerals. So this is based upon the Doomsday Clock, if you're familiar with the Doomsday Clock. So in Apocalypse World, D. Vincent Baker uses the Doomsday Clock because he found it interesting, I think. Anyway, so if you notice, basically there are 6 segments here. Whenever you're filling out harm, you're starting from the 12 or the 0 at the top. So the first time you take harm, you'll fill in the segment between 0 and 3.
The full segment.
The full segment, yeah. You'll just fill in entire segments. The second time, you'll go from 3 to 6. The third time, 6 to 9. And then you'll see there are 3 segments between 9 and 12. Basically, the further around you get, the more difficult it is to remove that harm.
Okay.
Because it'll represent harsher injuries, more severe things. Now, when you fill in the entire sundial,
You begin character generation.
Then you have
actually, this is one of the cool things about this game. You perform a move called When Life Becomes Untenable.
You just begged Livius.
This is one of the harm moves. So,
whatever, doesn't matter.
when life becomes untenable,
Seduce.
it's up to you. You get to mark one of the abilities, which are the little things underneath. So, shattered, broken, crippled, disfigured, or haunted. And then you get to say,
Or make it sort of do it.
well, change new playbook. You can have your character die. But so character death is up to the player themselves. You could choose to have your character die in the story if it makes sense in the story for that character to actually die because of that thing.
Can I
but
choose
if-
for somebody else's character?
Change to a new playbook. So
Change to a new
use
playbook.
all your abilities and get new abilities. Or
Sort of, yeah.
You'll find it.
Yeah, it's
Reincarnation?
Yes, you'll find.
no, it's not so much reincarnation.
you no
It's
longer can do the job that you were doing.
something along those lines. Yeah. Now,
You're fired. Yeah.
a lot of things when there's changes like that,
Maybe I'll
those
get promoted.
like how they actually happened are up to the story.
You become a veteran.
So how about that?
That
Could
makes
I,
sense.
could I transition from
Beaten to death and becomes me.
Aesthetus
You
to,
could become a true something like
Because
that.
it's not beaten to death. It's not
It could be the medicus is almost on their deathbed, and then they get magically healed or whatever, and they saw visions of the future, while they were dying,
the
and they
fickle
become
gods,
an
man.
augur or something like that.
Hades didn't want
You know,
it.
so it just it's however you want it to come
Interesting.
about. So it's the story dictates
You need to
what
go out
goes
and
on
get
or
some more
whatever.
people.
Storytelling method.
It is this is all a story. We're here to tell a story. So
No, we're gonna go here. I mean,
Oh,
Ewok.
wow.
Whoa!
You all heard that.
You just call somebody an Ewok?
Yes.
totally different game.
I like this.
Yeah, I think it was an Ewok Force user too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Uh,
Billy Ewok.
So then the rest of the character sheet are the improvement section, which, like I said, it's unlikely that we'll get to it in one session because
That'll be challenged.
Yes. Like I
enough,
said, I
fair
will
enough.
be aiding the Medicus as frequently as possible.
Where do I fail dice?
yeah, where are your dice that roll snake eyes all the time?
You'll know what I'm trying to train these. I don't really believe that'll work, but what the heck.
So you'll notice like some of the options. Basically, when you get 7 experience, you erase the experience and then choose one of the options that are available. So some of them are +1 to a stat, some of them are choosing a move.
Get a move from another playbook.
Yeah, so you could basically multi-class
People
sort
I
of.
play with regularly that would like that. You get better by failing.
Yes.
They'd out level everybody
Yeah.
in every game always.
So that's actually a function of another game that this is very heavily based on, and I didn't bring the book, and that is Dungeon World. So Dungeon World is basically Sage Latora and Adam Covella, the authors, who took Apocalypse World and merged it with old school D&D. And the whole concept of failing to gain experience is, I think it may have originated with their game. But they thought, this is a cool way to get experiences, to kind of, because, nobody likes to fail on rolls. That kind of sucks. So they thought, maybe you'll learn something when you fail, and that can help you out.
Okay.
So-
Got it.
Yeah. Or you could just be
Put your hand in the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned.
right, yeah.
I have a 1-year-old. I'm sure anything out of the box like that.
And then at the very bottom, there are a couple of improvements that you can only choose once you've chosen 5 improvements from up above. These are more advanced things. So usually the one that
That's
gets
not going
people
to happen. Right?
is they're like, wait, I can play 2 characters? And it's like, why not?
Retire your character to safely play a new one.
Character's safety and
Yeah.
create a new character.
Yeah,
Couldn't you just do
Be
that
like, you're-
automatically? You don't have to accumulate
Cool.
something.
you could. You could.
So what you mean is they retire and become a part of the backstory, sort of thing.
Something
As
like
opposed to-
the Triaria's fight. It's like
Yeah.
the end of Gladiator, he finally makes it back to his farm and his family or whatever, and then dies.
Becomes a farmer. That's it.
So, something like that. All right, cool. Wait. Is that really a spoiler? It's been like 15 years.
The end of Red Dead Redemption, he dies at the end.
I guess one other thing, so Livius will probably want to look
if you
at
like, the
the
sandbox.
harm moves,
No?
like
Grand
treat
Theft Auto
harm.
stuff.
What? Yeah.
Treat
Except
harm.
cowboy.
Why would I
Oh
want
yeah,
to do
never
that?
mind.
That's cool.
You don't care about that stuff. All right. So,
Let's do it.
any other questions, or shall we just get into this?
What do you mean?
Let's
Shot
All right.
kill.
Cool. Let's do stuff. Okay. So, let me take some drink of water here.
Like an hour ago, you said we're gonna. All right, let's start.
I
I
know.
asked you one question, so maybe you should.
Has it been an hour?
Maybe, I don't know. Probably.
So now you need to bookmark it again.
I know, right?
We're gonna
I'm
get
gonna have
that.
to watch this video
Yeah.
in order to see where everything is, but that's all right.
The feeling there's going to be a lot of bookmarks.
It'd be like, here's a digression 1, a digression 2. All right, so
We're role players. We always digress.
exactly, yeah.
Story.
It's no fun if you don't digress every now and then. So, all right, so the group of you all vaguely know each other. Some know each other better than others. Yeah, exactly. So
We know what it is.
you all are on the are members of the 5th Legion in Southern Kel. So brief digression on the world itself.
SoCal.
So
I was gonna say, California?
SoCal.
Southern Kel. So
Totally.
No.
the Celtic tribes are basically the equivalent of the Celtics or Celts or Gauls. So Southern Kel is basically Southern Gaul, Southern France. The equivalent thereof. Yeah, there you go. So,
Hi, Frank.
so like I said, the in our world, when the Roman Empire, when the empire was founded, Caesar had gone and conquered the Gauls and come back and basically said, "I'm emperor. What are you going to do about it?" And then got stabbed. But that established the empire. So in Ruma, the empire did not get established in the same way. The equivalent of Caesar, which the name is still up in the air based upon some of the backers of the campaign.
Cool. All right.
So basically developed, built up his own legion, kind of like Caesar did, and he basically said, "I'm the emperor. What are you going to do about it?" And now he's expanding the empire. So it's kind of a little bit in reverse of what happened in our world. Okay, so you guys are all members of the 5th Legion in Southern Kel. The general's name is Sextus Vibius Curio. And
Boss.
yes,
Boss, you remember.
General Sextus. You all get summoned to the general's tent. It's early morning, mid-morning. Yeah. So you guys have all done your morning whatever routines and whatnot. Yes, ablutions.
You're dead.
Yeah. You all get summoned to the general's tent, and let's see. Lucia is female.
Yes.
And you're ambiguous, and everybody else is ambiguous, and the rest of you are male. Okay, just so I get that. So,
beard and breasts.
Yes. All right.
So you
TMI.
figured it out.
TMI.
None for me.
You have a breastplate.
4'2", 300 pounds.
So the general says, gentlemen and ladies,
and whoever you are,
lady,
and whatever. Ladies and.
So we have a little bit of a situation. One of our patrols are overdue. One of the patrol members showed up this morning in pretty disarrayed, very damaged. He's in one of the medicus tents. I need you to go out, find out what happened to the patrol, and find out if there's a threat out there that can affect the fort. Because basically, you guys are in a frontier fort. Got all the tents nicely lined up and everything.
A bibble.
Yeah. So with palisade around it and everything. So the general tells you, he wants you guys to go out and find out what happened to the patrol. See if there are any other survivors. Get them back if you can. Determine what happened to them. Like if they're
like the big medic.
If they're dead, whatever, and determine if there's a impending threat that can affect the rest of the Legion, by that patrol not being in place and not patrolling that area. And he says, "Any questions?"
No, we got this.
Which direction do we need to head?
Oh, they can fill you out.
I'm just gonna follow them.
Yeah, I believe that patrol was in the northeast.
Oh, sounds like a long walk.
Probably.
For your short legs, yes.
Should have been the Equus. I know. Just roll me.
You could have been a stumpy Equus.
Shoot. Played that wrong. Just riding a little pony.
Digression number 27.
I know which playbook I'm going to steal from.
Yeah, right.
When I get the
You should
chance.
put a counter on the video for the digression.
I should
That
actually.
was just one itself.
No questions?
I guess any questions that we would have would come from the injured.
Very well then, dismissed. All right, so
Isn't this where you
First option. First option, I'm going to choose.
It's only before the battles.
so
you want to see battles before they come?
what do you guys do?
Well, I see them
Does it
as they
have-
come. Yes.
No.
A aide or a staffer or an
Get a-
executive
Oh,
yeah.
officer?
Sure.
Right, I'll go and grab him.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to chill here until they figure out what they're doing. Then I will walk in
Well,
front.
outside of the general's tent.
Well, I
On
mean,
the train.
if he
Let's
makes
say it
it,
this way: I don't see death.
The general. Yeah, if you do stick around,
No,
the
I
general
don't
looks at
see.
you.
I
It's
don't
like,
see death in the immediate.
my what?
dismissed.
Oh, me?
All of you.
Oh,
All
all
You
right.
never see my death.
My bad.
right, so
I'm saying death in general.
Can I take one of these
well.
apples?
That's unusual.
Exactly.
What tribes are
Sure.
what tribes are active at the moment?
you mean in the area? So
Yeah.
you're talking. So Marcus is speaking with one of the aides to the general.
I'm a Gaul, by the way, so I'm,
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with it.
Digression. So the aide says, well, there is a Kellic village not too far from here that we haven't had troubles with, but we have had troubles with another one that's a little bit due north. We've had skirmishes with them, with patrols. But it's been about a month or so since there's been a major engagement with any of the tribes.
So they've licked their wounds. They're now ready. They're taking off all patrols. I understand.
It's a good possibility, yes.
Turn. Walk off.
Okay.
I'll
Yes.
head to the medicus tents
Okay.
and see if I can interrogate the wounded guy.
Interrogate. I'm going to be going with him. I'm going to be going with him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why is he done?
I will accompany them as well because
So-
I'm curious.
Okay. So,
Yeah, sure, why not?
you all head off to the medicus tents.
And I want to aid you in an
Really, I think I got this by myself.
No.
They,
Wait, just in case. No, we're good.
there's a medicus at the entrance that
I got
meets
you.
you there,
I got your
and,
back.
is like, Livius.
Oh.
Let me in.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I go in.
let you in, and then
I
I
found
would like to aid him.
and like, who are all you? Who are all these? Livius, who are these people?
Don't know them at all. Do what
Helpers.
you want with them.
Helpers.
I found a guy.
Heavy,
All right. So what do the rest of you guys do? Do
heavy
you
lifting.
I go prepare my supplies for this mission.
okay?
I'm going to find the least bloody and gross.
The
least ichor covered.
Break camp and report back here.
Okay.
I'm going to find the least ichor covered cot
you
in
got 10.
the medicus tent and lay down to rest.
Oh, you just like barge
I'm
in.
just going to hang out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm going in. I'm going in with
Not
him.
Jesse.
This
I got 8.
almost like a.
I don't know why the name says 10, but I got 8.
yeah,
That's what it says. That's weird. Bob died,
yeah.
and Tim died.
Wait, does it say 10 or did I?
It says 8.
Yeah.
It specifically says
Right.
under the Contubernium that a small gang,
Of 8,
8 Reuben soldiers.
Right,
And
but-
plus me is 9.
but it's called the Decanus.
Yeah.
So I assume Bob died.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my assumption.
Every group
Because
has a dead Bob in it.
That was all
it
part of
seems
it.
like I'm being anonymous.
Somebody has always
Right?
died.
Yeah.
I think I should
Yeah.
have 9 guys.
So
just
I'll say this,
Life in the
like,
army.
this is digression number 29. Like, I am by no means a Roman history expert, but I'll say, like, I've learned so much and just trying to research this, the setting and whatnot, and I know I've scratched like 1% of the surface of this. There's so many things that I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Why
Maybe
is
he
that?
rides a horse.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe they count the horse. I don't know. No, he
One
doesn't
of your
have a horse.
dudes rides a horse. Bam. Problem solved.
What does it say?
Maybe you just have a pack pony.
Oh, there you go. I thought we were on 29.
I know.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a pack pony.
So,
it's a pack pony.
wait,
aren't they
and
Roman
so
numerals, though?
so
Manservant.
Spectacles is following. All right, so you see you see the scout there. You find the scout. The scout's in a cot-like thing. He's out. He's like,
Look over his wounds, see if I can determine exactly what caused them.
so he has got a heavy bandage across his entire midsection, and like lower arm on this side and upper arm on the other side. Looks like he also has quite a few minor scratches all over.
Scratches from what?
Kind of looks like maybe he had been running through
Okay.
over heavily
Something
brushed.
like a big claws from like a wolf attack or something like
No, it doesn't look like anything like that.
Nothing animal-like.
The little scratches and stuff. They look like like if you were running through underbrush or whatever, You're getting.
I want to look under
What's
the
that?
bandage to see if the bandages are holding everything in or if you still got skin there.
Okay.
Because I'm a very curious
I
boy.
thought you were laying down.
You know, you could probably see. that
Well,
he's
I
better
heard
if you
it.
took the bandages off.
Huh? Yeah, he's right. Yeah, let's take
Okay.
the bandages off.
Okay. So the other Medicus is like, Livius, what are you doing?
I'm looking at the guy.
I'm a very curious boy.
I'm keeping my hands to myself.
So Brudius, you lift up the bandages.
Yeah.
Or wait, did you say remove them?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he told him he ought to remove them if he wants
No,
to
I
see
said
the
you
news.
could see them better if he did.
Yeah, he did
So-
not. He did not tell me to do this.
All right. So you're lifting the bandages.
He merely advised on the process.
So underneath, you can see that it looks like there are 3 large scars.
okay.
Well, not scars, but
What
open
will be
wounds.
scars?
Basically, open
called
wounds.
open.
There's about a 6-inch gap between them. They run parallel.
I'm gonna ask.
Holy moly.
You're using words that I don't understand. I'm gonna ask the Livius what this looks like because this doesn't look like a sword wound. This does not look like
pretty
a gladius
horrifying.
wound.
Boy, I wish I would have thought of this before I came into the tent.
Hey,
Can
hey. But what's this thing?
I tell what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like you want to
Observe carefully.
observe carefully.
Yeah.
Sure.
The first roll.
Look, I was
It's
just
almost like a game.
I was just trying to
So,
save
Snake
you.
Eyes.
What's your acutus?
+1.
All right.
I was trying to save you the trouble of.
Wait, are you gonna?
I'm totally hating
I
you.
wanted to. Oh, okay. I was
Boom! Fail.
What's your bond?
-2.
I don't want to melt me.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Well, I failed to save you. I mean, like, clearly I was
Okay.
aiding you by
Okay.
roughly pulling all these bandages off this
Yeah.
injured man.
Yeah.
Poking
So, all right. So
what's
did you
this?
roll
Yes, I rolled a
Does this
d8.
hurt?
an 8?
Yes.
Okay. So you could choose one of the questions from what do you want to know the most?
Since he failed an 80, wouldn't I give him a
Well, I
negative?
remember told that. I've already been told that.
Or make up your own, really. You can do that
basically-
Yeah, if it added negatives, I wouldn't do it.
The one I really want to ask is,
Yeah.
can I tell what made the wounds?
You know for sure it's not done by a blade because the wounds are too jagged.
But he's not conscious.
No, he's not conscious.
Would you like him to be?
He's unconscious for 7 minutes. So
Mark it down
hard to
as
say
well.
for sure, but definitely not by any kind of weapon. Doesn't look like any kind of weapon.
Okay, and I probably don't have enough training to know whether or not it was done by some type of creature.
You could try to recall lore,
I shall.
which is another.
Are you going to shout
May I take a
loudly?
moment to meditate
Hey,
on what
hey.
what is about to happen?
I think it looks like
Okay.
it was done by a horse hoof.
So hang on a sec.
Well, I'm going to be using Bonds of Fellowship, taking time to meditate on his future, and I'm going to tell him about it. I roll Bond.
If I said, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'd have 5 guys following me.
Yeah,
Hey,
you do.
hey.
You do.
Not me.
Hey, lift with your legs.
Standing out front.
Yeah,
Look with your
moving up
legs.
so they can.
5. No,
I'm
I
a
failed.
soldier. This
What-
doesn't seem like
I rolled
soldier.
5.
But it's plus your bond with him, right?
Roll plus Bond. Oh, okay. So
What's your
it's
bo-
a 8.
Okay.
So that's a
Okay, well,
on a
here's
7 to 9. They get +1 forward.
Here's an interesting point. I have a -2 with him. Does that counteract
only-
any of his?
It's when
No.
you roll
No,
It's
your
just your actions.
my action
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, it's because
being very helpful,
Spectacles knows Livius fairly well.
Yes.
So, yeah, even though Livius is like, no,
I've foreseen
Spectacles
his
is-
doom, and
Hey.
Yeah.
These wounds look like they were made by a horse hoof. Yeah, definitely a horse hoof.
So, so what is that? You give +1 forward.
+1 forward. Yeah.
Okay,
you
so
get
that gives
+1
you a
to roll.
+1 to your die roll.
So +2?
Yeah.
Nope.
What'd you get?
So,
Maybe
it's
four
probably
to,
6.
to a partial fail.
6 is
You got 3. What's on the other die?
Yeah,
Is that a 1?
Yeah, that's right.
So
4
4
+2, 6.
6.
Five.
So that's a failure.
And
You get to mark experience.
recall lore has no
Right.
negatives on a failure.
Yeah,
so-
it means
Does it look,
so.
does it look like it's made from some sort of odd weapon?
No, you're pretty sure it's not made by a weapon,
It was
but
more
you.
torn than sliced.
Yeah, there's jagged edges on it, so it's not clean like
So,
it was
like-
done by a sword or something. Of course,
No,
nobody.
even like a fence post would do
Yeah.
something because it's not.
Yeah, but not
It'd
Yeah,
be parallel.
so-
He hits
but you
all
can't
the-
really.
Whatever hit him,
like-
all three hit him at the same time.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I
whatever
leave.
it was.
You don't really recall any kind of
follow him.
creature that
Three
has
claws?
something like that.
Dragon?
The little go with you.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got his own controvernium.
Yeah.
It's the rest of the
It's
party.
the rest of us.
All right, so you're
ones that
preparing all your gear.
Where are we going?
You're waiting for
I'm
the
just
controvernium
happy
to return.
for my guys to return
I've
with
gone to
with our
him.
gear.
Wait a minute.
Well, kind of. I think we're all waiting around the.
So you're kinda-
the fort
you're kinda-
entrance, really waiting for
yeah.
everybody else to.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm a
so
frontline soldier. I don't bring much gear with me.
yeah, so what? Spectacles.
Yes.
What did you have like a? Tell me about your soothsaying capability, your divining capability. How do you do your divining?
How do I do my divining?
Yeah, what's your shtick?
That's right. Yeah.
It's actually a shtick.
I speak with the dead Roman soldiers.
That wander around all
Okay,
over
so
the
you
place.
see all the ghosts and everything, and that's how
Yeah.
they tell you about what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I see all the spirits.
I see dead people.
Yeah.
So
That's why I drink.
Do you know where his number 9 went then?
yeah, the last one, right?
I talked to him.
He's standing right here.
Yeah.
He talks all
I
the
talked to
time.
him. Yeah.
Bob's right there.
I don't. To me, it
Obvious.
seems like he's still there. I don't notice any difference.
So
None at all.
Not even the stench.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So when you used the bonds of fellowship and you meditated, what did you see, or what did you see or hear from the ghosts when you were trying to help out Livius?
I saw the. I saw the. What was to become of that soldier, but I didn't see his spirit move on.
So what?
So so it's not quite his time to go yet.
Okay, so you didn't see him die.
His-
I didn't see him die. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what? His spirit's like leaning up out of the body, and then falls back into it.
Really, more just kind of like leaning on the table next to it. Yeah. Just,
I can't go anywhere yet.
Yeah.
I wish I hurry up and heal so I can get back in my body.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so
Needs to take the bandages off so he can hop back in.
I guess the rest of you all meet up back in a central location. All right,
Front gates.
front gates.
Sure.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
have food.
Come
and
in.
supplies.
They're all packed, loaded up, and got all our gear.
Yep. Yep. All right.
I don't know about their gear. That's on them.
So what are you guys doing after that? Now you're all gathered at the front gate.
Who was our leader?
Heading out. Sure, why not? Oh,
Did you point to Titus? I think he was pointing to Titus.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I think he was pointing at Titus.
Looking at the non-commissioned officer's lead, yes.
Seems like it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So where you going?
I've just thought of something.
Northeast, as I recall.
Northeast is quite a vague direction to start marching off into. Plus, does anybody know what Northeast actually is?
So who?
Like God. If
My first question is, who would know where this patrol was supposed to have been?
Oh, probably the well,
Yeah,
either
conscious
either
one.
a patrol captain or
Well,
the
let's talk to
aides.
the patrol captain.
Go find the patrol captain.
I'm
All
just
right.
gonna sit here.
He's gonna sit there and wait. He's like, I'm done. So
Sit down next to him.
okay.
I'll stand slightly away from these two. And not
We
need
need miniatures so we can just clump them, and spread them out.
I'm just
Anyway,
gonna curl up on the ground, taking that.
I'll avoid him as well.
yeah. You're like, I just want to go home, back to Ruma.
I'll go back to my old unit.
I'm gonna go back to my farm. All right. So Lucia, you locate the scout captain, and the scout captain's like, yes.
So, patrol missing. Where were they supposed to be? Need a map.
Sector 27.
Great, give me directions.
All right.
Where
here's-
General says
so-
go investigate.
Well, we don't. So we don't have maps, but
Whatever
I mean,
you got.
you can go to the cartographers area, and they will have
I
maps.
just
But
need to know where the hell they were so I can get there.
okay, yeah. So they basically describe to you the general vicinity of where they were patrolling.
Great, I'll go talk to cartographers so I can get a better gist of where we're supposed to go so
Okay.
I can hopefully actually get us there.
Sure. So they break out a map that
We're
It's
here.
fairly
They
clear.
were supposed to be here.
basically, yeah. So
Follow
give
this
you-
road.
give
Hang
you-
a left at this
give you a
ford.
general idea,
Whatever.
yeah. So most of their travel is on trails, like animal trails, and
Right,
whatnot,
but they're
because-
still probably somewhat marked
Yeah.
on their maps.
Yeah, they're worn. So, because there's not a very good road network in this area because this is the Savage Lands.
We haven't built it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Go
But the
Don't
Romans-
be picking on savages. I'm one of them.
You go down where you find the tree
So-
stump, you turn
I didn't know
around,
what
you go back
Scandinavia
about
was like,
5
but
feet,
that's
and
what
you
I
make a
mean.
left.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different game.
Not to Rome. They showed up in Rome.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, different. That's coming.
Yep, there you
That
go.
was great.
Digression number.
What can
So-
I say? I envision this with being a fairly Scandinavian person.
Yeah. So, so you get
Okay.
kind of a map.
Now they know where the hell we're
where you're
going.
going. Yeah, general area. You get the
Hades. where Hades
sector
were going.
basically that they were responsible for patrolling.
I'm sorry, I'm Scandinavian, so hell is still the correct answer. Hades is a person. Hell is both a person and a place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
all right. So now you've got that information. What are you guys going to do with it?
Go that way.
Go that way, yeah.
We're going to go find the road.
He knows where he's going.
I got directions. I'm going to follow the aforementioned directions.
That's
All
our
right.
mission, is to go that way.
All right.
I have directions to where they were. So once I get to where they were, hopefully
Well,
somebody here can
I mean, they
track
gave you
them down.
the sector that they were patrolling.
Well, right, but that's,
We don't know
we got to
exactly
go to that
where.
sector and
So-
basically patrol it, right?
Yeah.
Or find tracks and
Yep.
trail them.
Wait for
Anybody a hunter? No.
No, we did not. We did not invite a hunter into our party.
This is the second time nobody's played the Venator.
That most would have been helpful.
A hint might help.
Okay,
It
fine.
becomes, it becomes much different.
I'm going to go
when
with
there's no Venator.
I'm going to go
We're all
try to
gonna go
find
hang
a
out in the
hunter
woods.
Okay.
in camp
Okay. So
with my gang with me.
Yeah.
Number 9.
you're right. Yeah. This will be this.
Wait a minute.
Well, this could be number 10. All
Yeah,
right.
it'd be
So
his number 9.
so you find a group of Venators just kind of chilling, like
I want to strike up conversation and try to recruit one to come out here to track these missing.
yeah. They don't seem very interested. Like it's not our. I mean, we're on break basically. We've got.
Oh, great. You
What's my
Yeah.
2 barter and denarian goods do for me?
That's if you want to buy stuff basically, but
Like a hunter.
Like the services of a hunter.
you're gonna try
I
to
will lead
you're gonna-
into the one that seems the least likely to be upset by this situation and say, we are under orders by the general. We require your services as a soldier of the Roman Legion. You are coming with us. We'll debate the
Yeah.
point with him.
Okay.
Nah.
Please.
Absolutely. It sounds like you're debating a point.
He does.
Debate a point.
Oh,
like I
I should
should-
tell him, but I
feel like I
usually
should-
tell
gonna-
someone, is that?
I'm going to go ahead and try to
Can I not-
aid you there, Marcus.
Okay.
As a Roman soldier
Probably I'd
myself,
be better at debating the point myself, but
how does
you
aiding
beat me to it,
go,
so I will
so-
try to aid you.
freeform?
Well, so you would describe like how you're helping him out or something.
I just join the conversation.
Okay.
Because
So what'd you
I
get?
am quite a personable person. I'm like Lepus plus 3. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I would have been better off doing this myself.
Yeah.
Rather than me going, you are coming with us, he's going, if your orders
like-
don't conflict with it, or
Yeah.
Helpful. I'll put in a good word for maybe a commendation for you, sort of stuff. So I'm trying to persuade them.
I got
And I
you.
get a 10 on my aid you.
All right. So on a 10, you can give him either a +1 or a -2.
I'm making +1. Okay. He's obviously trying to be successful. I'm not trying to make it harder. I want one of these dudes to come with me.
So, question.
Yes.
Bonds, -1 to everyone. Does that involve the NPCs as well?
No. It's
Just because that would make you really bad at talking to people.
yeah. It's just a party.
I'm really bad anyway.
Because
but I'm really bad.
because
You're
I'm
using
really, really
Lepos
good
instead
at
of the
those.
bonds.
Yeah.
So whatever. What's your Lepos?
-1. There's 10
Yeah.
plus whatever.
I gave you
+1
plus
for him,
1.
yeah.
-1.
11.
All right. Cool. So that's a success. So So like it says, for NPCs, they go along with you unless or until some factor action betrays the reason you gave. So you're telling him,
I'll
So
stand
we
back.
need to track down this
We need to
loss.
track
Tell him
down
that the
control.
general basically-
You are trackers. You are coming with us by the order of the general.
So one of them
Now,
is like,
hey, then we don't have to get that all fixed. Exactly.
one of them's like, oh yeah, the general said so. Okay, yeah, sure, absolutely. All right, yeah. Give me a minute to gather my things or whatever,
Ben, help him get his stuff.
and.
A minute?
Right, yeah, I know, right? There you go. Yeah,
When you're ready, hurry up.
right, yeah. So, collects their things and they introduce themselves. Their name is Gaius, and so because Gaius is a very generic name.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the first one that came to mind. So, digression number.
Now, what's the digression you explain? Keep going.
All right. So, so you guys head out of the gate. The area around is kind of rolling grasslands a little bit, at least the immediate area.
Good time to see if our activities are going to be successful. All
right, so we head off.
So
Until we get to the appropriate sector.
Exactly.
Everybody's gonna die.
And I try to keep everybody on task as opposed to getting distracted by anything on the road.
Right. Yeah, shiny objects. So, rolling hills and whatnot that last for about a mile or so, and then the forest begins. Little digression about the Celtic tribes. They are very much forest worshippers, and they're druids. They have been known.
the forest.
They have been known to somehow magically grow and expand their forests around the world. So, or at least around the area.
The known world.
Yeah, they're wood elves. The Celtic wood elves. Exactly.
Neat.
Not so much. Anyway, so you reach the edge of the woods, and Gaius leads you to a game trail and says, so this trail will lead to the sector that you pointed out.
Let's get there.
So
we can start tracking them down.
Yep. So you start going. You're into the woods and everything, and it's probably at this point it's early afternoon. Going through the canopy starts to darken a little bit. Basically, there's less sunlight shining through because the canopy is a little thick. You guys hear the normal noises that you would in the woods, like little animal chitterings here and there and whatnot. People not being careful and stepping on twigs.
Wind wrestling the leaves, cha-cha-cha.
The usual type of stuff or whatever. Then Titus, so you hear voices
In my
saying,
head.
no,
It's a fake call.
you hear somebody saying, come home.
I'd like to take a minute and meditate on Brutius over there.
Okay.
To foresee where if his death shall be coming soon. See if I see his spirit in the future.
Wait! I'd like to aid him in this.
Are you going to kill yourself?
So what'd you get?
Oh, okay. I'm using my bonds
No.
of fellowship.
Yeah.
I was gonna
I got
reciprocate
a
that.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
got
Yep.
10 on that.
That's a full success. So
On a 10 plus, they get +1 ongoing until they've made 3 rolls.
So there you go. All right. So so you're gonna mark down.
It's like
Just
I
keep
don't
track
need
of
to say
them.
something specific, just in general. Right.
All right. So
I forgot about that.
what did the ghosts see or tell you?
They showed me that in his next battle, he will be far more successful and take out a few of his foes.
Yeah.
Before the Medicus
But he
lets me
shall not die.
Are they telling you this, or are you seeing visions of this?
Seeing visions of this.
What were they? What was he fighting? What foes? Tell me about the foes.
Well, I guess
Raptor.
it's a rabbit with big teeth.
The Raptor.
Who brought the grenade? By the way, yeah, the Architectus will have grenades. Fire
Let's pull back down.
He. Oh no, the rabbit.
Oh, the rabbit. Yeah. The rabbit. Yeah.
I saw. There were a few of these native inhabitants.
Oh, okay, so he was fighting Celtic tribesmen.
Yeah, not entirely sure where though. So it could be right here. It could have been.
So you didn't see the background very well.
No, not it was a forest. They all look the same to me.
It's trees.
It's trees.
Right.
You can't see the forest because
because
trees.
the trees, of course. Yeah.
Well played.
We got there
right into that one.
what I was going to
for?
ask is, for role-playing purposes, basically as the GM, DM, whatever you want to call it, is that
Arbiter.
Arbiter. My apologies.
Whatever.
Who's watching. You're writing down the specifics, and then you will use those to determine what actually happens.
So here's a digression a little bit.
Not if you're telling us how the
this is
actually, no.
We'll decide whether it's
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
If you're telling us how the game system works for a playtest, I think it qualifies as a
non-digression.
The augur has, because of the way the augur works, the augur has just an innate ability to influence the game.
I didn't know that. So
like in a lot of okay, so this is going to be a slight digression. In a lot of traditional role playing games, the GM is always telling, and whatnot, and there's often little character input, but one of the things about storytelling games in general, and specifically Apocalypse World, you can pull player input into what's going on now. So why I'm asking Spectacles what he or she sees, it adds a little bit more to the story. And it may or may not be what actually happens.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, it may lead into
combat.
Yeah, as an arbiter, I have a general idea of what's going on, and I have a couple of things to throw in here and there, but I'm not following a specific path or railroad. And so some of that is dictated by, one, the player's choices, but also, in this case, the augur seeing certain things that happen, and those could potentially be integrated.
So you might have had in mind a specific encounter, but he's said it's the natives, so now that encounter...
It could be, or
might not have originally necessarily
Or he
been
might be
there.
wrong.
The vision could be wrong.
That's the thing.
But
The
I mean,
vision could
he
be
also
wrong.
be right.
Yeah.
If he
Based
hadn't-
on
So
he just knew he wanted an encounter here.
Or the fight
Yeah.
would have taken place.
It's more
at
referred to
four,
as
and
one
that's
possible
part of the-
outcome.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
So it is one of the things that I like most about the augur playbook, is because it allows the GM or the arbiter to do something like that a little bit more.
Should have taken that.
Yeah, a little bit better than
Visions
other,
of Death.
because they have that. Yeah, Visions of Death. Visions of Death is a great move because you can basically
Well,
say,
fail 7 rolls and then take it.
Yeah, right.
And another one besides.
or just swap it out.
Thank
If
you.
Anyway, so yeah.
Or just
All
swap it
right.
out.
So
So the general suggestion would be
What's that?
not to
So they
play
hear the
a
things
group
happen.
of 6 organs.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
yeah, you
Because
just
that
hear
would be
voices coming from the trees, and the voices are saying,
Exactly.
"Come home."
Take some time to
Like,
listen in and see
the game just rips
Sure.
if it's me messing with myself.
I think digression.
Oh, they don't sound like anybody you've heard.
We don't know that. I don't know that.
Oh,
Oh, they're
okay.
having a conversation over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because he's hearing things.
Oh,
It's crazy.
So I'm gonna
Like
try to
you.
observe.
okay.
He's hearing a ghost.
part-time organ.
fair enough.
What's your acutus?
6.
Is your acutus 0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I help him?
Not anymore.
I listen to this and I'm like, I don't really care about this.
So
Ignore it. I ignore it, man.
Because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
right. Yeah.
That's the voice.
Yeah.
You hear this? I'm like,
You're just hearing. Come home. Come home. Come home. All right. So yeah. So you're going along the trail and whatnot. What are you doing anyway? I mean, how are you reacting to these
I
voices?
hear this and I'm like,
better.
oh, you shut up. And then I leave. I completely ignore it. I hear
So
it.
the rest of you just hear Titus.
You're shouting into the
Telling-
woods.
Yes.
Telling
I'm
the
loosening
forest
my
to shut up.
gladius in its scabbard.
Yeah, I think,
Shut up yourself.
I think that seems like a valid choice. Loosening weapons.
Shut up yourself.
All
I
right.
guess I.
So
Morning frost will make it stick.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are all going along along the animal trail, and the further you go in to this forest, the darker it gets. Like, it starts to get dark, abnormally dark. It shouldn't be this dark this time of afternoon.
Is it murky?
It's very murky. Yes.
Well, my dwarf and I are.
So
it's
it
a
is.
murky wood.
Yes, it is a murky wood.
Perhaps?
It's a,
It's a murky type wood.
it's a murky wood. Yeah.
It is a murky wood.
See everyone
Murky
loosening
was
their
So,
legs. I'm like, what's up?
right?
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Why are you guys doing that? Something happened?
Right.
You're good.
So continue on a little bit further, and like, all right. So who's what's the marching
I
order?
was waiting for
The marching
I
order
believe
is the
somebody
scouts
said
and
he
the
was
scouts.
in front, so he's.
He's not a. Oh, you're talking about Gaius.
Yeah.
So Gaius is up front. Yeah.
Oh, no, we weren't. Yeah. That's all right. Good idea.
Gaius finds
But
our
he's glory
ambushes for
seeking,
us.
so he can't possibly be further than second.
I've got his
And only
back.
because
Very
he's where
close.
we're going.
I've got his back.
So are you up
That's
there?
third.
I don't like him because he's
And I'll take.
Specifically glory
I
seeking.
guess I'm
Yeah.
Not on
Not so
Unless
much
we're
Gaius.
double file.
Specifically
maybe the
glory.
back row. So
I'm guessing I'm mixed in with his guard.
you two are in with the group.
Who's in the back?
Now it looks like I'll be at the back.
You're in the back. In the
Yeah.
back.
I think I'm your ninth
Yeah,
guy.
I'll bring up the rear of my guard.
Why show me?
Okay.
Because he thinks I'm second.
Because we're probably double filing, I'm guessing. Like the
it's-
Centurions.
I think I might be the ninth.
Yeah, in a little
works
bit.
so well.
Some
If
spots.
there's not room, then we
He's second
stagger.
in
Yeah,
the
some spots you'll have to single file a little bit here and there
Sure.
because the trail will
No, I get that.
Yes.
meander.
Whatever.
No,
I don't
it's a
judge.
she.
I don't judge.
Lucia is
Is a she.
obviously female.
Obvious to who?
Obviously.
Obvious to everybody.
I mean, just look at her. So
She's statuesque is the
she,
word I would use.
she does have a lepos of +3,
She's
which
banging.
I got to tell you is pretty
Pretty
good.
good, yeah.
So
That's up.
it doesn't necessarily mean that she's super hot, but she's very charismatic. So
Well,
When she speaks,
Scandinavian.
we listen.
she's
blonde hair
Scandinavian,
and
right?
blue eyes
Blonde hair,
and,
blue eyes.
You know,
Yeah.
muscular body, chiseled
Aryan?
face.
Oh.
Yeah, and very commanding.
I think we've met.
Opposite.
Muscular
Opposite of me.
and affable.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Pretty much.
I don't like you.
So,
Inspiring, not
I do like
commanding.
you.
yeah, or inspiring. Okay, there you go.
Inspiring and affable.
Well, I'm right.
Affable.
I'm right behind
affable
this
from
guy.
Yeah.
the contubernium.
Oh, okay.
Because it gives me a bonus to
Marching order
Memphis
wise,
to-
that you two are.
because I need it from
What?
Yeah.
telling them what to do.
How far back are you?
In the back.
Well, so
hanging with
Marcus is in the very back. They're kind of
Rear guard.
contemplating.
Obviously, doing
Front
the
line.
usual turn around
Yep.
every couple of
I'm
steps.
mixed
I figure there's the front guard, and so we should be the rear guard. and
So,
if I had one, I would.
Marcus,
A ballista would work
do you have
too.
a family?
Not anymore.
Did you have a family?
I used to, yes. I left.
And do you know what happened to them?
No.
You haven't seen them since you left.
15 years.
15 years, yeah. Did you have like kids and everything too?
Not when I left.
That influence
That might be why he left.
She
So,
was getting pretty big.
What was your wife's name? Or did you have a wife?
Incontinental.
Minerva.
Constance. Her name
Well,
was
she was
Constance.
pregnant. I mean, it's not her fault.
Constancia.
Her name was Constance.
Continence.
Yes, in.
No, just Constance.
So, so you're following everybody along or whatever, and you hear Constance's voice coming from the woods to the right, saying, Marcus, don't leave.
What?
What do you do?
Goes to the front of the group.
Shrug my shoulders, grip my weapons tighter, and ignore the bullshit.
And ignore and just keep walking.
Yeah, she's obviously not here.
So as you turn to you keep walking, and
Good thing I'm not here.
you hear what sounds like snapping twigs.
Now
From that side.
swing round, peel them ready.
Okay. So you're kind of looking in the area,
I am now, yeah.
seeing what's
Excuse
going
me,
on. Or
looking
whatever.
for the ambusher that's going to come.
Yes, the ambush, and you hear her voice again. Marcus, don't leave.
Is anybody else hearing voices?
So you turn around and say that, and they are gone. Like you cannot see them. The trail kind of turns a little bit, and they're not there.
Backing away from the noise and trying to keep on the trail.
All right. So the trail's here, and you're kind of off to the side, and so you're continuing
Back
along.
on the trail then. And
Yeah, continuing along
Yes.
in the direction that you're going.
At
Whatever.
a rapid rate now.
At a rapid
Not
rate.
a run. That would be belaying my status, but I will. I will walk at quite a rapid rate.
I'm not running. I'm walking
Walking
very
with
quickly.
purpose.
So, yeah. So you continue on, and you go around the bend, and you see, yeah, literally around the
Going
bend.
around the bend.
And so you can see the path goes a little ways further, maybe 50 yards or so before it kind of bends around the trees again, and you can't really see. And you don't see any of them on the path.
Start shouting from.
Start shouting.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So you were in the back, right?
Shouting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was.
So after a little bit, you kind of realize you like, where did Marcus go?
I call halt.
Unit! Unit to me!
Call halt and gonna get the tracker back here. See if we can backtrack, find out what the fuck happened.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
The flash.
Mark the
Right.
price for it.
Happened.
There you go.
Be a kobold here. For
Yeah, you can keep track of the right.
Mark my hands.
You're like,
I was in the Navy too long.
-1 forward.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't cursed yet.
So,
Going on for mine earlier.
people in unit and is that the countdown?
Yep.
So-
He thinks I need to have a count.
I thought you might be handy.
Anyway, we're gonna call halt
All
and get Gaius back here and see if we can find where he went.
All right, so
See
guys,
when he fell off the path
Yep.
and see what happened. Because
All right.
something's funny's going on. Because he was talking to the trees and now he just disappears out of nowhere.
yeah. So Gaius comes, back to the area where you call the halt and whatnot, and he's like, "What's going on? And what's the problem?"
Somebody disappeared into the woods, and I know there's something funny about these woods because he's talking to the trees, and he's odd.
Talking to the trees.
But
I have
not
no trees.
that kind of odd. So I need you to see if we can find his tracks, see where he got off the trail.
Yeah.
Back a little ways, I assume, but not necessarily.
All right. So
Is he dead?
yeah,
No, give me a chance.
He is. He's
he has
just up
he
right
has to
now.
choose whether he dies or not.
I'm in that temporary non-dead state at the moment.
So
Also in a non-here state.
yeah. All right. So Gaius looks around a little bit and says, "I don't see any tracks leaving the trail.
Can you
know
find
where
where
he
his
was going.
tracks last were?
Like going back. It's a little. I mean,
There's a lot of tracks now.
yeah. There's a lot of tracks.
No, I get it, but he is the last.
But he was the last one. So Gaius looks around a little bit more, and after a few minutes, like I think it was about right here
That he stopped being here.
that it looks like this is the last step, and then there's no step here, but he was going in our direction.
That's weird. Can anybody hear him? Or smell him?
You smell an odd odor. It smells a little bit like sulfur.
Anybody know any stories about this forest?
Times like this, I would have taken.
I think
We have 3.
I
people
think
that
some
are
of our
first
eggs
Canadian,
spoiled.
and we took the one to sense the living creatures.
Oh, to sense the it's to sense dead
Dead.
or near death.
yeah, the vision.
Which might have been appropriate in this particular situation.
So
over there.
yeah, what are you guys gonna do?
I think somebody's eggs
Draw my
spoiled.
dagger.
Okay.
I want to.
Getting ready.
I think
Yeah, I
I
got
might
my
want to try
man.
to recall lore.
Okay.
Weapons pulled.
Okay.
Recall lore to try to see if I remember any stories like this.
Okay.
I'm pretty nervous. I'm going to be ready to
This
hold
isn't
the
going to
line.
go so well,
I'm
but
going to try to help you. Cause
You're gonna try-
I was
okay.
just going to do that exact
Please.
same thing.
okay.
I'll yell.
Um, so we discuss it a little bit.
Okay.
What we know about this area.
What'd you get?
Discussing it with him.
I had to
I get an 8
Okay.
to attempt to aid him.
Yeah. So on an
plus
8
one.
is a partial, so you get +1. But it also could potentially, stuff can happen.
I got a total of 8 then.
Total of 8. All right. So on recall lore,
Something.
I will tell you something interesting about this little story.
Really?
So,
No,
I don't think it's obviously
You're
interesting.
judging whether or not it's
Aggression.
interesting.
yes, I'm going to tell you something interesting.
You remember
Probably one of the stories from our youth.
Yeah. So you do recall this story. It's an old tale about Romulus and Remus, and about how they were out hunting with their wolf mother, and they entered a small forest, and they got split up in that forest, and it took them a while to find each other, but eventually they did. The story has it that the forest moved and separated them.
Oh. Forest moved.
Oops. That's the kind of thing you should have remembered about an hour ago, buddy.
Maybe before we ever do.
What else are you guys doing?
Yelling, "Hey, Marcus!"
Hey, Marcus. Yeah. You
Marco.
don't hear anything. Yeah.
Hello.
Marco.
Or in this case, Marcus. Hold us.
But wait, what's your last name? Do you have a last name, or are you just Marcus?
I'm much smart.
He's just Marcus. He's like heck with
His
names.
wife can't find him.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Wait,
Do you know how many Marcuses are in the Roman army?
yeah, only 5. So, all right. So,
They visit her regularly,
back to you. So you're kind of wandering along the trail and whatnot, and
Wandering sounds like I'm loitering. I'm not loitering.
Okay, yeah.
Loitering, you know.
yeah. So you're going along, and you hear Constance's voice again, but it's coming from up ahead. It's like, Marcus, don't leave, stop. And then you hear some more snapping of twigs from kind of that general area.
Oh.
So you stop where you are. You're just gonna stand there.
to-
What are you gonna do?
Battles there.
Rudius just remembered that
Waiting
he
for
smells
something to come out of the
sulfur.
woods at me.
Yeah.
He wants to know what that means.
What smelling sulfur
See
means?
if I can remember anything.
Sure. You can recall lore about smelling
Yeah,
sulfur.
let's try.
Do it.
Like, wait, there is a scent. There is
Do
an
it.
odor here. Mm-mm.
Get to mark down another fail, huh?
Yep.
So,
Look down at the trail to see if I am actually.
Hey, I'm
on
halfway to
the
getting a
same
horse.
trail as everybody else.
okay.
Is there any
He's
footsteps
getting a
on this
horse.
trail or not?
Sure. Yeah.
I am now not where I used to be.
Yes, you may observe carefully.
I may observe it.
Are you, is Dorothy in Kansas
Yeah,
somewhere?
4.
There are no footprints on this trail,
Not even my own.
other than animal
Not even
footprints.
his?
Not even yours. There are only animal footprints on this trail. Like you step, and like you step,
It just
and
fades
that one just fades away,
Like the grass.
and then you just step, and it fades away.
Yeah, I'm now refusing to move from the spot.
So you're
I'm
sitting
in
on
battle
your spot. You're
stance.
sitting on your spot.
I'm now ignoring anything.
Are you doing anything else?
Nope.
You should
I'm
sit
still
down.
shouting.
You're
Unit
still
to me.
shouting.
In fact, no, I've stopped that. I am obviously not in the same woods where I used to be.
Stop.
It is a strange and weird world that we
Okay.
inhabit in Roma.
What were you shouting?
I was shouting unit to me.
Unit to me. Okay.
He's
So-
used to having several rows of people in front of him.
So, Lucia, you start hearing vaguely in the distance, unit to me, and it sounds like it's echoing through the trees.
Can I pinpoint where it's at?
Sort of a general direction. It seems to be like bouncing between
Okay.
trees.
Fall in, and we'll start moving that direction.
All right, it's off the trail.
Well, you and your
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Can't be helped if
Are
I
you-
recognize
are you
his
guys-
voice.
Are you following?
Yeah.
You
I'm
going
not
there?
following.
What'd you-
I'm directly in
What'd you
front of
take
him.
for your moves, by the way?
What do you mean?
He's
your
usually like a plow.
valet moves. Oh, you took keep moving. And
You put a hand on my
I was
shoulder
about to
and
take
lead
the
me.
And then I realized
That's why I asked.
how bad am I going to feel that?
That's not
Actually, I would
terrible.
be
Not so bad, actually.
Never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah, the Velite has a move called Brutal Charge that they could basically do a Kool-Aid Man and bust through terrain.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah.
If this was D&D, I would give you inspiration for that. Anyway, so yeah, so are you all following the Contubernium off the trail?
Yeah, I was mixed in with them, so
Not you.
yeah.
I'm actually meat shielding.
Have to make sure they're all
He's trying to stay in front of me.
He's meat shielding the entire squad. He's like, stay behind me. So
This way.
yeah, all
You
right,
want to be in front? That's fine with me.
yeah.
And I'm going to try my best to follow the sound of his voice.
Yep. All right, so
But we're still maintaining our weapons at ready.
no, of course.
That's clearly
course.
something
Right.
untoward. Has,
Yeah, I've got the shield and
Has
Gladius. I'm ready to
I'm
go.
specifically the pile amount.
So yeah, so you are standing there doing, you just keep hearing Constance's voice. It seems to be moving around, and then you hear it from the opposite side, and it's both at the same time.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys are following Lucia. Lucia keeps like, yes, I hear the voice right here, right here. Nobody else can hear it. But you continue on.
Do I still
To
hear
that
the
voice.
things that we're talking
Follow her
earlier?
voice.
No.
Okay.
I can't help that no one else can hear it. Clearly, something mystical's going
her
on.
voice?
Can you do any weird vision thing to say?
Can you see the place where he may be?
I can try to. I can meditate on his future.
Sure.
No. I can't because I have to meditate on and then tell them. I can't do that. Nope. I can't really do much of it. Anything. at this
Meditate
point.
and be like, you're gonna die.
Telling people that the entire
I can try to meditate on
such an
on
organ.
his
We're in
future,
fact going the right way.
and it'll take a few moments, but
Yeah.
like when you take time to meditate, and
Chat with spirits.
yeah,
Spirits of the trees, or whatever.
Ooh, that's heathen.
Trees.
Hey, you know what spirits of we can't
the
see what he's talking
spirits
to.
of the Rumen that have died in these woods.
Yep.
Of which there are many.
Good.
Soon to be one more.
Those numbers increase daily, so
Yeah. And see and try to have them aid us in the direction that we need to be going.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I have
What's your-
bond -2 with her,
Oh.
and I got a 4.
Oh, that's a failure.
Yeah.
So, tell me what you see.
I saw
A grown man
I don't
weeping
know.
along the
what
woods.
they say, what the spirits tell you.
Or what did they say? Yeah.
they were directing us back towards the path.
Dicks.
Hey,
So,
language.
yeah.
PG-13. You see that on network television.
So,
You can't.
um,
That's one of the words you can't.
so, you saw the group move back towards the tree or back towards the path or whatever.
The spirits are saying that we should be turning back and continuing on towards our mission.
Well, fortunately, you can't see my demise, and her sounds that way. Like, return to
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, what if we started a fire? That'd be
I'm a little leery about setting a forest fire while I'm in the middle of standing in the forest, because while he cannot see my demise,
Not me!
I'd be just as happy if I didn't
Excellent
create
idea.
myself.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great idea.
My acuteness is a -1, so I'm starting a fire.
So while he's starting a fire, I'm continuing on towards the sound of his voice.
All right. So,
I'd like to determine whether I think this is a good idea or not. See
yeah,
if we can start a fire.
that's not a die roll. Well, it's not a move.
Oh, it's not a move.
You can roll dice if you want. But
Can I?
It doesn't mean you're going to do anything.
Look, this just.
So, wait, you're going to
look,
start a fire?
Dice said.
Can I prepare a torch?
Yeah, come toward the smoke.
Sure, I'm sure you have torches in your
Yeah. Get a torch.
pack.
this fire.
Can't be gear.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for them to burn down the forest with me.
Okay.
I'm moving
Yep.
on.
All right. So, are you doing anything there, Brudius?
Well, I guess not.
Okay.
But he's doing it very decisively.
Very decisive.
Hold on. No.
Not going to do anything. All right. So, Lucia, you keep going. Is everybody following Lucia in the Contubernium?
I'm mixed in the conscience.
Okay. So everybody's going there, whatever.
Come to burn.
I'm leading
Yeah.
as directed.
So you start hearing coming from your left. It sounds like a commotion, like there's a decent sized group of
Okay.
something coming through the woods.
And am I also hearing the voices from different directions?
The voices are now coming from both sides, from where the commotion is coming from, and then from the other side still. Like, and it's the same. It's the same thing.
In my mind, I will deal with the biggest threat first. I will
Stand
stand meaningfully with my shield in front of me towards the commotion coming toward me.
Please no, please.
This is not going to end well.
All right.
So,
So,
it'll be a lovely day. Yes, let's go in the
yeah.
woods.
yeah,
Why is it again we came in?
yeah.
I think we're about to
last thing
reestablish rank, my friend.
The last thing I do is...
So, Lucia, are you in front of your men, or
Yes, however, I have instructed my men to make sure that everyone can keep at least everyone,
Close
one other
by.
person in their line of sight,
Nice. Oh, okay.
so that,
Yeah.
if somebody wanders off, they're going to have to vanish into thin air to
Right.
do that.
I got you. All right. So,
Never happened.
I'm not saying that can't happen, but we're going to see them vanish in thin air.
so as you guys are going along, you see up ahead. It looks like there's somebody in the woods up ahead.
Well, I hope
like in
that's
the
who we're
general
looking
direction.
for as we continue
In the
closing.
general direction. All right, and then so after, are you guys just keep going straight towards him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll yell out Marcus as
Polius.
yeah.
Lucia replies.
I just
So Marcus, you hear Spectacles' voice call out your name
From which direction?
from the direction that the commotion is coming from. To the left, basically to the west.
Lucius, is that you? Lucius?
Yes.
no, it was me, but yeah.
Lucia. You're mixing names.
Yeah, the wrong name there.
Livius and Lucia.
Lucia, is that you?
Yeah,
You
like,
call for help.
No,
I know, right?
But,
Spectacles. So,
yes.
all right. So
Who
you
are
guys
you
keep
guys
following.
talking
What
to?
You have an effeminate voice.
Right. He's
true.
He's ambiguous. So after
Very ambiguous.
you close the gap or whatever,
Kind of goes up and down.
and you see
The voice keeps
Marcus
cracking.
kind of standing at the ready on this trail,
Tears streaming down his
on the
face.
trail.
Marcus.
Snot running out
and
of
you see them coming out of the woods onto the trail.
In a completely different
From the
direction.
west.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you go? I mean,
Neat.
Yeah.
where the...
I looked down. I stayed exactly on the trail.
I'm sure you did.
By
You left the
the
trail over there
twins'
to
good
get
luck,
you.
where the hell did you lot get to?
That's
on
right.
the trail until
Somehow,
you were
13
gone.
of us got lost.
And I stayed on the trail. That is correct.
What?
We didn't
Okay.
leave the trail until we came looking for you.
Why not?
Observe carefully.
That wasn't until I heard you
Just for kicks.
off the trail. So I'd say this
Acutus.
was not the same trail, but we remembered a story about
But
some chuckleheads in the past where they, the forest moved
Actually,
around.
it's a 7.
So maybe that's
7.
one of them
There you go.
things.
7.
Is there anything
Pinky
watching
mumbo
us?
jumbo stuff where voices are being
Is there
heard in the
anything watching
woods.
us?
So,
Is there anything
yes.
watching you?
Because I saw that he had the.
Not that you
was
can
talking
tell.
to
No.
Okay.
yes, I heard
Anything's
voices.
watching you.
Excellent. That
And
sounds
as
great.
soon as you
The force is
saw
out to get us.
as soon as you saw Lucia, Constance's voice stopped immediately.
Does it give plus 1 bond?
Voices, yeah. What's that?
Give plus 1 bond.
Oh,
So happy to see you.
so that is something.
Don't say
Okay,
that.
so it's a rules digression, but it's a digression. So one of the things you can do, or you must do at the end of each session, is change one bond with another player. Either you choose another player that you think that or another character, that you feel that the bond was changed in some way, and you can either increment it up or down one.
Okay.
Um,
Down one.
And then,
Everybody's going down one.
well, you only do it with one person, one character per session.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then if a bond gets to if you increase from +3 to +4, it goes back to +2, and you mark experience, or the other
+1.
person marks experience. And then the same with
If it goes to -3, it goes
if it
to
goes
0.
it goes to 0, and they mark experience. So you can potentially get experience as well by bonds changing. So
The experience for the positive is still the same tracker as the negative.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just mark experience. Yeah. So all right, so you guys are reunited on the trail. Caius is like, yes.
Well, no, we're on a trail. I've realized
little
that the trail doesn't
pathway.
make any darn difference.
It doesn't seem to, yeah.
Let's just
So
stop
we're
around
going
in any
to
direction.
have to just start scouting the forest. Although we're going to again try to make sure we're
Okay.
keeping each other in view.
Okay.
We're going to
Or if somebody can't be in view, in contact.
Yeah.
Marcus.
We're going to randomly disappear off into the forest.
You got open to suggestions.
We should light the forest on fire.
I'm still down to leave.
I'm not sure it's going to let us, but we can try.
Yeah, I'm going to
Do
let
you
the
require
I'm going to observe
medical
carefully.
assistance?
I'd like to try
From
and
you?
find a...
No.
Job done.
I mean, we can follow your path.
I'd like to move carefully to find a tree that I think will burn especially well.
I really don't like that idea until we're sure we can find our way out of here.
You see a couple of dozen around you.
I'd rather you didn't burn the forest down until they're not in it.
Matt, we'll walk away from the fire. or
It definitely gives you a point of reference, though.
yeah, right here. Let's just singe this area here.
What's your acuteness again?
-1.
That makes all the sense to me.
I'm currently headbutting the top of my shield.
Right, guys? Right?
No.
We could if we singe the trees, we can mark them,
Yeah.
and we'll know where
Possibly.
we're going.
Right.
Guys,
We'll
it's
talk
northeast.
later.
Isn't that right, guys?
Somewhat in the direction the trail
Presumably
is
haven't
leading.
got befouled, but there's presumably a sun to use to...
Well, I mean, it is pretty dark, but Gaia says it should be in the direction we were traveling on the trail here.
Guys, you're useless.
Let's resume travel then.
Resume travel.
All right.
We're guys.
So,
Take the lead, guys.
Maintain
Take the lead.
sight or contact with anyone who can.
yeah.
Yeah.
I follow behind, guys.
All right. So you guys continue along the trail again for a little ways. Probably about a little bit less than an hour later, the ground around the trail starts to get a little bit soggy. Like there's little pools of water and whatnot. Yeah, it's getting a little swampy.
And here you didn't take Neptune.
I know. Should have done Neptune. Could have been like slapping people with pools of water.
You could have called yourself Tentacles.
Yes, you could have. So Gaius is kind of scouting ahead a little bit or whatever, and he comes back to where you guys are because I'm assuming there's a little bit of a gap, and he's like, we're getting close to one of the Kellic villages that's nearby, and this trail kind of goes nearby it.
How cooperative is this village been?
Considering we're raiding their lands, we gotta guess not so
Some
much.
of them have been cooperative.
No, it's in what we've got.
Some of them have
one.
rolled right over.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says this particular village they haven't had any real troubles with, and it's mostly old women and children anyway.
Right, we could take
all
that.
the
I guess if they
fighting
give us
people
any
are gone.
trouble, there'll be less villages
Yeah.
here. So
Let's.
yeah, he's like
Old
there's-
women and
there's been
children?
some
All right.
trade that
That's a
was-
lot of experience.
Speaking of starting things on fire.
Yeah. Well, there you go. They're flammable.
So what do you guys do from here?
I guess we carry on.
Let's go to that
Continue along the
village.
trail.
I want to check out that village.
keep calm,
Gonna
carry
check
on.
out them
Yeah.
women.
Right.
Check out
There's nothing
the
to-
old
We'll
village.
check out them
we've
old
been
women.
warned and
Hey, ladies.
All right, so you proceed along the trail, approaching the village. It's probably getting towards
it might be time to camp out there
like dinner
the village.
dinner time,
Yes.
at the village.
dinner time,
Precisely.
whatnot.
That's
And,
why I should be leading this outfit.
You're in front.
So
More or
you're
less.
more or less.
Being directed.
Yeah. There just happen to be two people in front of you. So,
To the scouts.
right, to scout in the village.
Expendable.
So you get up and you start hearing the sounds of
What, old women and children?
yes, old women and children. What sounds like commotion,
Easy
whatnot.
prey.
And at some point you can see between the trees, you can see decent sized campfire. You guys proceed on and whatnot
Yeah.
through the
Well,
trees. All
there
right.
we go.
So
See, they didn't have
Campfire
fire. Why
setup.
can't I have a fire?
yeah. So you see there's
have
so
theirs.
basically the area around here is a little bit more swampy, and you come along the trail.
Who chooses to live in the
Yeah,
swamp
why would you
instead of
yeah.
like drag around?
You know what I
cut down
like?
a couple trees, live there.
And
I like
you-
I'm
foot
guessing
fungus
the
and
voices.
mosquitoes.
yeah,
The trees are the problem.
the trees of the problem.
Voices and things.
So you see that
tree people.
there's a village of about a half a dozen, or a little bit more than half a dozen huts, but the huts are basically carved into the bases of these trees that are coming out of the water. And there's a little spot in the middle where
Cool.
there's
Doesn't that get rather
dry land.
wet?
I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Carved into the base.
So you see,
between
there are a few women and children doing chores and whatnot. It looks like they're preparing dinner or whatever. And there are a few guards around. So these are Kellic tribesmen with spears that are kind of spaced around the outside
Hail!
So what are you guys doing?
Hail the village.
So Spectacles hails the village.
Hey!
All went bad from there.
So the nearest guardsman looks over at you and is like,
The group of us.
in a
The
ready
group of like
stance.
20 of us.
I know, right?
We're not here to fight you.
Yeah.
And
Might have
like,
a question or two.
calls out over his shoulder, and you hear a bunch of other voices calling back to him from the village itself.
Guys.
And then,
He's NPC.
yeah, you see about 20 guys end up running up to join this guard.
Calm down.
Oh,
like
guys,
spears and
like women
axes.
and children yet.
Calm down. I'm going to try to defuse this
there we go.
situation.
I'm gonna
I gave a friendly hail. It wasn't like.
I'm gonna
like-
fuse the situation.
And
Go ahead, Karen.
so one of the guardsmen is like, "You should not be here."
Well, at this point, I'm
Tell
not
me
sure
about-
I could leave because the forest is funny.
Well, Forrest does not like you.
Don't tell
Well,
me
I
my
didn't do
business.
nothing to the forest. In fact, I stopped this somebody from trying to burn it down.
I did
Forest
urinate
like
on
me
it.
plenty.
I did urinate on it.
We all did, I'm sure, but that's a whole other thing.
I held it in.
Being that as a day, it's nighttime and one can't go wandering
Titus is
around
sitting
in
there
the
like
dark.
stomping back and forth, like,
So at the moment, we're looking for a clearing to set up camp.
no camp here.
We're looking
I don't
for
think we're really
other
gonna-
legionnaires.
No.
Other us,
Have you seen other
other
people dressed
types
like
of
us
us?
going to
Not soon. No,
a couple days ago?
no.
Okay, we're done.
Been
So
a
they
few
didn't get
weeks.
this far, they didn't come this way, so now what
Did
do
you
we do?
hear him?
Turn around, go back, and look through the area, probably in that forest that we've.
Have you been smelling any sulfur?
No.
Somebody asked me that once. No, wait. I know it was
What's
me.
sulfur?
I smelled any rotten eggs recently.
Oh,
Have you smelled brimstone? I don't know.
Yeah, nothing along those lines.
Any sulfur.
No.
I guess we,
They're like, yeah, you go
you guys
now.
are not very
and,
chatty.
The group starts to kind of line up and
Military
march
style.
towards you, whatever. Yeah.
Calm down.
I
Go
will.
get your knickers in a twist.
What'd you call me? Oh,
They're like,
Oh,
you
no.
must leave now.
Go.
Great, point me towards the nearest clearing. We can set up camp that isn't right here.
Yeah, they're not pointing anything but spears.
Well, great, use your spirit of
Are they
point.
pointing weapons at us now?
Oh yeah.
These pointed comments.
Yes.
Very sharp words.
Very sharp words. Yes. More
Whatever
inspiration.
y'all want to do. I
know what he wants to do.
What do you
I have a good idea what he wants to do.
I'm leaving where we
I'm
go
ready to
from
hold
here
the
up
line
to
by
It'll be a
myself.
better
up to
What do you
I
do?
the
think
majority of us.
I think we should leave. Yeah, sure.
I'm ready.
Head back.
I mean, I don't really have a
Yeah, I mean, I already
Well,
had
they-
my gladius out and shield, and I'm just kind
They
of.
weren't here, so I
Yeah, the
figured-
people that
standing
we're
here.
looking
Not
for
real keen
didn't
on-
make it to this
I'm
Just
point.
not real keen on
Crouching a little bit, I'm
sleeping in
trying
the
to
forest.
listen if there's
Well, we're still in the forest.
there's
We're,
still
we're
things
just in a
like-
swampy part
or
of the
there's
forest.
anyone else.
We haven't actually exited.
Not that you
anything.
can
Fair
tell.
point.
So it's just
Okay.
them in front of us right now.
That's as far as you can tell.
I don't have a great track
These
record,
two are
so like,
debating starting a fight with
Like, do I
these
notice
guys.
anything
We're going
like
to start falling
strange
back into
around?
the forest.
Like, are
They
they
can
trying to
come
hide
with
something?
me like
in the
Barter
back?
with them.
Oh,
Not that you can tell.
secret conversations
Sure.
going on over there.
yeah. I don't have a great track record with making decisions, so I'm just gonna wait and be told what to do.
What information might I try to get
No,
from them?
all right,
We
fair
already
enough.
asked. They said they didn't see anything.
I don't have a
like
great
us.
track record with
Yeah, but
successful
Seem to be
decisions.
fairly
Yeah, happy
vigilant
try
with
to
turning us around.
Try to
You're right.
I
Whatever.
keep getting demoted because of my decisions.
you know,
Shit happens.
negotiate with them for information, but why not? I'll try see what information they have. If they'll talk, I'll try to negotiate with them.
So you're gonna try to debate a point with them?
Yeah, negotiate.
I got your back.
It's not in Britain.
I got you.
Hey, we're leaving, so
No, I got you.
whatever,
We're
but
gonna debate.
Oh,
Look
I
at
want
that.
to mark it down.
Oh,
Damn right.
you
Call-
have me.
The hair.
so
call him this.
Air on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? How are you using them?
yeah, how are you helping him?
Huh? I'm telling him how to address these people
And
so that they will.
how is that?
And for once, it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So he gives me
I
the
thought it was an
advice.
insult. I thought it was an insult, but it turns out I was helping.
So what was your total?
No, I don't know what he gave me.
He
but
gives you +1. Sorry.
then I got an 11.
Oh yeah, so 10 or more.
Success.
Okay, All right, so
I just want information before we go. We're not here to bother you.
yeah.
I was here to bother
some
you.
of ours that are lost.
So
Apparently in the forest.
they
So any information they can help
Yeah.
share with us
they're
would
like
be of assistance.
no intruders here. We
Even
haven't-
dangers in the forest.
Yeah, we haven't seen any.
since we're going back into the
But-
forest.
Do not upset the forest because the forest is angry.
How does one upset the forest?
How does one? Yeah, let's.
Yeah, no, they don't really want to talk. They just want you to go.
All right, we'll go.
Burn this forest.
Huh? Oh, perhaps when we leave.
To the ground.
That may well be my end game.
This is a big forest.
You don't want to light it.
talking
in the
about-
I
middle.
got nothing better to
It'll
do.
make a big fire.
Like
We're the
like
Roman
the size
Roman
of,
army. We've
the
got a big
size of
fire.
France.
We just
Big fire.
need to recruit a few guys and axes, and it's just a matter of time. That forest becomes a pile of.
Yeah.
flame.
I'm not
Yeah.
with
Give us
them.
1,000 years.
But I don't have that conversation.
We're talking a forest the size of Gaul.
That's okay.
What happened to his
Might-
conviction
might
about
take a
burning
while.
this forest?
That sounds like a lot of work.
It
So I'm
does,
out.
yeah. He's like, he's like
I
whatever.
wasn't going to do the work.
So yeah, they're like
So we'll fall back in the forest a little ways before we set up camp.
okay. So you set up camp in the forest itself.
Seems like a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, we never left the forest, really. We just got to a swampier part of the forest.
Basically,
Do you mean, are we coming off the trail?
I don't know. Are you?
No,
we
we
Trail is
should
irrelevant.
clearing on the trail.
The trail does keep
Not that I
going
believe that makes
Uh,
any difference whatsoever.
because it doesn't actually. The game trail doesn't actually go into the village. It kind of skirts along the side of it and keeps going.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to find a less
That'd be convenient.
swampy.
Yeah. Fall back out of the swamp a little swampy area. a little
Okay.
The deer don't like the village.
And
anyway.
find a reasonably big clearing that we passed. If still there. If not, a different clearing.
No, the forest is fairly thick, so you think you're probably going to have to like sleep amongst the trees. You know, like roots and
We should
stuff like
set
that.
up guard
Cool with that.
Yeah,
in a defensible position.
Hades has decided.
Hades has decided. So, yeah,
Vulcan says burn it all.
that's why he wants to burn the place down. Is like,
I want to.
Just getting ready.
And on that same thought process, I want to see if he's going to wander off again. I'm going to meditate on
okay,
his
Yeah.
on his possible future, seeing if any of these spirits in these woods can tell me anything. I got a total of a 9 because I think I only had +1 with you. Yeah, +1 bond.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a 9, and you get +1 forward on your next. You get +1 forward.
yeah. So +1 forward. What?
They tell me that that he is not going to wander off tonight.
Oh, okay.
That's as vague as it gets.
That's just like,
Too bad you didn't ask me.
Yeah,
Because I'm totally out of here.
he's not gonna be wandering off.
somebody else is going to wander out.
Maybe someone
So the
else.
camp may wander off away from me, but I am not wandering off.
Yeah, yeah.
You keep saying that, but we don't believe you.
There you
No, I
go.
mean, everything moved.
Yeah. All right, so you set up a little pseudo
Forest
camp,
is very
whatnot. You
cooperative.
guys having a little campfire?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
set a campfire.
Okay.
I brought a little bellows. Gonna make a little forge.
I don't know anything about that.
You can fix the
So we're
dent
gonna have
on
a
his
little
shield.
Yeah.
For my helmet. Just trying to get hammered in at the moment.
There's a little like indentation right here at the top.
Around the helmet's probably not the
Probably,
invitation
yeah.
at the moment.
Well, yeah.
Just gonna put a
So-
spike on the brow of the helmet. So he can't keep hurting himself.
Is that on the inside of the helmet?
Yeah. Right.
We'll call me.
Goes
We'll call it me.
Like on the inside. All right, so you guys set up camp, whatnot, and during the night, I'm assuming you guys have some kind of watch rotation and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yes,
his men will do
definitely
it.
have one.
Yeah, I know.
men will do it.
We'll be
Just
fine.
have
I'm not worried about it.
Two men per.
Yeah, I
per,
know 8 guys
per
that are gonna
rotation
be
or whatever.
on top of that.
Right. Yeah.
Correct.
I was going
I
to say
suggest
at least 3.
Is it nice having
Two
minions?
sounds like a really
Yeah.
good idea.
At least three at a time
2
sounds
of them
good.
and
Yeah.
one of us.
Because that way they can keep an eye on 2 people at the same
Right.
time. Just
So I want at
let's-
least 3 people up
Yeah, exactly.
so that everybody gets watched.
I got you.
Take second watch then.
I will
I'll
take
sleep before I
nap.
get a watch.
All right, so During the night while you're on watch, you hear the typical noises that happen at night in the forest. You know,
Yeah, you sound like a Koopa.
creepy forest. Yeah. You don't hear any voices. You don't hear any voices. Sorry, no voices at night. Yeah, except for Livius whispering. just to mess around with it. Yeah, just to mess around with it. So,
Livius?
Yes. If it's not him, it's shut up.
So, is that worth a digression?
You'd be harsh, but I agree.
Right. So, the night passes uneventfully. And
he's gonna mark down the number of people in the unit.
it's a very gloomy looking morning. There's, like a nice little mist that is hovering above the undergrowth or the
Loosen
ground.
your weapons in their scabbards.
Yeah.
Still sticking.
It's
in the wood.
fairly dark or whatever.
Got firmed back up.
So,
Tight as a sphincter.
yeah. So, what are you guys gonna do? Where are you gonna go?
I guess continue back in the whole.
Go
Should we patrol
explore the
woods?
forest.
Yeah.
Explore the forest.
Don't know what else we can do.
Yeah,
They said
I'm
they
kind of
worked
done
this
with this
way.
forest.
A bad
I
idea.
don't have
It
any
is.
reason to believe that they were lying.
This whole
to
thing
me.
is a bad idea.
And if I did, I'd
Both.
murder them all and then
Does
question the spirits afterwards.
Does Gaius
thing we
have
brought the
any
auger.
idea of where that other group was supposed to be scouting?
Well, yeah, he says, it's this is part of the sector or whatever, but it
Okay,
goes,
actually in the sector. All right.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
but it goes further, beyond. Like
So we could just
So we can come out the
skirt the village today and continue on.
you could, yeah,
Let's do that.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
they may-
Because I assume there's much more beyond than there is on this side of the village.
yeah,
And he could probably wax lyrical for hours about how much there is beyond.
I don't
No.
ask. I don't ask him just in case you're right.
Should we leave the Triarius behind again? That was kind of fun.
You left. I did not leave.
all right. So you guys continue along the trail, skirting past the village. Are you guys going to stay within sight of the village so they can see you go by, or
Yeah.
kind of?
I don't
Sure.
really care.
No, I
Yes.
don't think I need to. In fact, I'd be just happy they didn't know where I was.
All right. So you're going to take the Contubernium into the woods and kind of stay out of
Go
line of
around
sight.
some
We're not
village.
Yeah.
going to follow
I'll,
the.
I'll continue with you.
And the rest of you are going to.
Yeah, I'm fairly indifferent.
So the Status just walks along the trail.
Hey
And
guys,
yeah.
just us again.
So yeah, they
Well, see you later.
keep an eye on you and whatnot. Those of you that keep to the trail, you go beyond a little bit, beyond the village a little bit further, and you can kind of join back up. And then probably mid-morning or so, you are going along, and Gaius stops again and comes back and says, I think I see a body up ahead
Well, let's go check
off
it
to the
out.
trail.
That's your position. That's what you should
How well
go
is
with.
it armored?
Get on it, Livius.
It's got full plate.
Okay.
I just suggested it.
I agree,
dwarf
but
size
he's the medicus. It's
I
kind of his
have
job
ordered your
description.
check, so I will follow
I will-
Gaius back to the body.
Okay.
I will go.
We're all
I'll
gonna
go
go
with
with
it.
it.
Stand guard.
Yeah. So everybody kind of gathers around, and so you see.
Wait, I would
And
like,
when we are gathering around,
I would like to observe carefully because I'm curious to see if there's anything useful or valuable.
Okay.
Emphasis on the valuable.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm thinking that perhaps
I can find nothing.
Prado might have been more your speed here.
What's the
The bandit thief.
I don't know. I'm working toward a horsey.
Somebody else's horsey.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, I think you're on the right path.
You take kleptomaniac. So it's a legionnaire, dressed like a scout. What's left of it? It's pretty mangled.
Ooh.
Let's observe carefully.
First question. I don't know. Did
This is all stuff I'm terrible
people
at.
keep
Actus.
identification or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
they
not
would
gonna work.
return to
There's no dog tags or anything like that, if that's what you're asking.
No. Well, travel papers. orders, anything like that?
There's nothing on this
You're
guy.
going to
But,
be bored in
so go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be bored.
Since I watched him rifle his pockets, I was curious to get down if there's anything to be found.
ignoring the huge, like, no head sort of
What
thing.
what were you looking for?
I was just again trying to like match up the wounds of what the guy back at the
Yeah.
fort looks like.
Looks like probably was done by the same thing. They're very similar.
I think we found it.
Some of them are like, I mean,
It doesn't
like
hide.
almost all the way through his limbs. Like
Oh.
it looks like his limb was almost severed.
So they're dangly.
I would like to observe
I'm glad
carefully
I have my men facing outward.
and see if there and after his discovery, see if there are any like trails of blood or any
Okay,
like
sure.
strewn things about.
Any
Do it.
ability to talk to
I also would
this
like to observe
specific
carefully, but I want to
No,
compare
I
that.
don't.
Well-
Yeah, after.
That one I actually
that,
can't do.
that will be used.
Or am I not?
Yeah, that would be useful.
Well, fail a whole bunch of rolls, take that as a skill, and we'll get
And
on.
that what is it? It's a acutus. I got an 8.
All right. So you can ask one question.
I
Do I see any belongings from the rest of the group that's like scattered about as if?
Yeah, you do see what looks like a sling, kind of sitting off in the trees a few yards away.
I'll
That's
go
not-
and observe
that's not how
that.
you're
I'll go
supposed to
over
do it.
there.
Our
and-
kind
Yeah.
of slings, or one of like natives
Yeah.
kind of slings.
like a Ruma sling. So you kind of go over there,
Sling
or you
bikini.
go over to where the sling was, and
Yellow polka dot.
look around the trees, and you see there's basically a pair of legs
Oh,
behind the tree. That's it. Nothing left.
Are
of
they?
it.
just a pair of legs.
Just a pair of legs.
Are they connected together still?
No.
Oh no. Oh.
Hey, I would like to observe carefully because I'm thinking about something that I
What are you looking for?
want to see if these wounds look like the ones I saw on that soldier. The
Oh,
three.
he wants to see if the
Simple
wounds
session.
on this guy look like the wounds on the scout at the camp.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do. I already said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You did.
Yeah.
Oh, I
already did
totally
that.
was not.
Paying
Paying
attention.
attention. Yeah.
You're like,
Well, I got 5.
Incoming. So, are we fighting Predator?
Oh.
Predator.
Oh
That
wow.
was good. I like it.
Oh, no. It was not good.
That's what made it all better.
Because you don't want to fight Predator.
No, most definitely not.
If this was D&D, you would have inspiration for that one.
That's twice now.
All right,
You
so
know if that's your point, then
I could give you. Yeah, well, you know what? Why don't you take +1 forward? On your,
that was what I was going to say. It seems like a fairly obvious.
it's totally not in the rules, but whatever.
It sounds like a fairly obvious
Sure.
rule mechanic that easily could be in the
Sure,
rules.
absolutely.
Or possibly even should be in the rules.
Pain it
Yeah.
Can you do a minus
We're
1
playtesting.
forward as well?
What?
Oh.
The pain it caused was reward enough.
Right.
Could you do a minus 1
pain.
forward?
You could. In general,
for a
yeah,
bad joke.
yeah, sure, you could. I mean, you could do really whatever you want with the rules. The rules are just there as guidelines. So, yeah. So, so you found the pair of legs, and yeah, it looks like there is a blood trail, and looks like something was drug away from.
Like the rest of the body.
Well,
Probably.
in that
Hey,
case,
Olivia, so they
despite
say
whatever
wounds-
caused it,
What are you doing?
Legs might have been dragged from the
I
body,
want to
not the body from.
attempt to
No, there's far too much blood there for the.
Oh, okay.
Away.
What do you like?
How do you know it's
I
the
want
leg
to
is
ask
the
him
same
questions
person?
about his death.
Oh, you gonna ask the legs, or no, the other guy. The other guy.
The legs. The legs.
I think for the legs. Huh? His leg man.
Go ahead. Do it.
what do you do?
These people are just. I'm talking to the dead.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was his job.
All right.
How are you talking to them?
His cult move.
Oh, hey. I figured an ancestral community was a little too on the nose for the augur to
That's a
have.
7, so I guess I get to.
Far too useful.
So what does it say on a 7 to 9?
It says on a 7 to 9,
More
the
combat
arbiter will
oriented.
answer 2 questions, one of which will be the truth.
Oh.
Oh, what's good?
Wonder bar.
How many things did you get attacked by?
Yes.
Man.
Ask the other question as well.
I don't really know how to phrase this without, because I know the answer is going to be I don't know.
Well, that's what we'll be sure of then. We know which one's gonna lie.
Where
I want to ask is
It's got to be a lawyer.
where is its lair or base of operations?
It's?
Whatever killed
They
you.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so how many were there and where is it based out of?
yeah.
Okay,
Who's
So-
your daddy and what does he do?
yeah. So the apparition of the scout says there were 7, and they just came out of the woods.
I believe the second one. I will pass this information on to everyone.
Okay.
No, Sherlock springs to mind. They came out the woods. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to avoid saying the word, but I didn't.
It's a common phrase, right?
Well, then let's follow the blood trail, because that's where it went.
Watch them not really
That's
come
where
out
they
of the
went.
That's where
Yeah.
all 7
Watch
of
them
them.
not really
They-
come out of the woods.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go down.
Yeah.
Are there tracks for us to follow that we can see?
Well, there was a blood trail.
Like what kind of tracks?
Like actual
Bloody
footprints
tracks.
with 3
You know, like-
claws.
No.
Like trees
I'm really
pushed over
latching
to one
on
side.
Yeah,
No, there's not.
claw
Well, we
marks
already
on
know
trees.
from what
On
you
know,
yeah.
there's no claw
Footprints
marks
go
on
away on
trees.
their own.
Correct.
If you
So-
guys come up with better questions, let me know and we find another dead body.
All right, calm down.
So,
well, now we know that you
Well,
can
just
do
let's
that.
just send Gaius ahead.
Yeah, we didn't know we
wait
could
a
do
few
that.
hours. Follow up, find his body.
Yeah, the Olga didn't know we could speak to dead people.
Augur of the same cult that I have didn't know I could do it.
yeah, what cult move did you take out?
But now you can speak to the legs.
Kiss of Hades.
Oh, that's right. You guys
Wait,
both
were the
took
legs
Kiss of
part
Hades.
of that body?
Can you ask?
No. There was a body of the scout that he initially found, and then a little bit away from there, like 10 yards or so, Spectacles found a pair of legs that belonged to a different body, and then there's drag marks away from those legs.
Well, leave
Can
the
I
legs
try
behind.
observing again and see it
Like,
and
what's
see
the
if there's. I'm stealing this. Sorry. Whether the legs were dragged there or if the rest of the body was dragged away.
It looks like the rest of the body was dragged away.
You get inspiration.
We still might.
Anyway, there's blood trail going away. We're
Yeah.
kind of
So you follow it, and
Good idea. Let's go that way.
you know, about a dozen yards away, kind of goes between the trees a little bit. You find the rest of the body,
Hey, now you can ask questions.
minus the head.
Spirit doesn't need a head.
This is Jigsaw.
Maybe it knows sign
Is there
language.
is there a blood trail that trails off even further?
I've
No.
seen you.
How did he communicate
Oh.
this? I mean, no.
There is not a blood trail that trails off further, as if the head just disappeared.
Or was
Like he did earlier.
swallowed.
I
Yeah.
did not. You left me.
Well, we got the majority of the
Wait a minute.
Presumably a spirit's around here somewhere.
Predator.
Chat.
Doesn't Predator keep the heads as trophies?
That's true.
Skull.
After he wins it.
Just at this point, I'm not sure talking about a predator is a digression. Just an observation.
Does the predator take skulls or just the head?
Look, it fits the profile.
That's a digression.
Fit the profile.
That's what I'm saying.
We're moving.
And we're walking.
So there's this headless upper torso with a little bit of lower torso.
Male or female?
Male.
Well, I guess if we
Or
go
closer.
little
Undecided.
Pythagoras, we'll go
As far as you
from
can
legs to torso and
Sure, that seems
No,
like
there's no trail beyond there.
He's
You know these things I
imagining we
know.
draw a line from here.
Oh, I
to
got
here
you.
to
You just
my
keep going in that direction.
How can something have such a large meal and then not leave anything behind if you know
You're
what
the
I mean?
expert.
Well, then why don't you look for it?
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm waiting for the
Follow
noise
it.
to go down.
I would like to.
Just like shaking your head.
Oh, God.
Gaius is
I
like,
want to see if I can find any poops with skulls in them
I send Bruvius off to look
I'm
for
not your
poops.
sister.
in a certain direction.
You don't.
I have okay. That's probably best.
That's an easy one. You don't find anything of that
All
nature.
right, so it wasn't eaten and then defecated.
Did you want to talk to this
I had
guy?
this great idea to look at the body and see what its wounds were.
Oh yeah, it looks a lot like the wounds on the other two. The one at the camp and this one here. Very similar.
Now, that talking about speaking with the dead, as per the rules, does the part of the dead thing have to actually have a mouth to speak with?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
It'll just gurgle at you.
So the spirit is
just
full.
It just
So
signs
the
on
question
it.
I
But then
was
you can't
can
hear
you summon the
receiving.
spirit from any portion of the, or if you have to be at the largest portion.
Well,
I don't know. Have you been able to do that before?
Pinky toe.
I've
Like,
touched 2 bodies in my life.
and they were full.
Incredibly helpful.
Yeah, one was alive, but yeah.
He just got initiated into the cult of Hades. Like
Okay.
he's a fresh recruit.
Pretty much.
yeah, I didn't know that was an option. Talk
So
to the
there
dead.
actually has to be specific
like
questions. I
something
can't
I
ask
shouldn't
them to
have been able to do.
describe anything.
long
I
have
would
you
have
been in
to
this
ask the
cult?
question for the description. And
Also one day.
Basically,
yeah.
I've been in this
something
cult
along
less
those
than you.
lines.
Because I cannot think of any other questions that I would have asked the first guy that got us nowhere.
Where'd it go?
Where did your head go?
If it can walk, it can walk. It could be anywhere by now.
Can you guide us to your head?
Wait.
Where's your
What's
head?
Valhalla like?
Yeah,
So
but
what
then
direction
it's yes or no.
Does it have air conditioning?
No, you said how many
that.
before.
It's really hot.
answered
How the hell do we
7.
get out of these woods?
That's where the lair was.
That's not a yes or no.
Yeah, but how about a cardinal an ordinal direction towards his head?
Can you tell where your head is? Can we
we
fall?
know-
Yes.
North.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
east,
can
south,
tell where my
west,
head is.
northeast,
Do we know
southwest,
where we
north,
are?
northeast.
To your left, to your
A little
right.
higher than 10.
Compass directions are sufficient.
We can't see the sun.
I think we have
Okay.
at least an inkling.
I don't know. Do we have an inkling of which
If I run
direction
it down,
we're
I
on
can
this
tell
picture
you.
of the forest?
Gaius kind of has a general idea.
Okay.
It's kind
Okay,
of
we
off
got
that way.
Gaius.
Right,
Yeah,
guys?
you guys.
What?
Let's give it
Yeah.
another shot.
What are you thinking?
Oh yeah, you gonna speak with this?
Oh, that's another 2 questions. So,
One's truth, one's
what
lie.
direction is your head?
And
And
That's I never think of 2. I had that question. You guys
because did you get a 10 or an 8
That's a 9.
or a 9? Okay,
So you're fibbing to us.
so one of these will be
So
the
what
truth.
you're
And
saying
how
is I
far
should
is
have
it?
tried
I'm
bonding.
going to ask the same thing.
And how far is it?
Where's its lair?
Where's its lair? So yeah,
What direction and how
If you keep
far?
asking
What
the same
direction?
question, eventually,
Yeah,
you'll figure out
eventually.
what the.
you'll figure it out. This guy says,
My head's that way.
yeah. My head's that way.
He nods his not head.
Yeah.
He nods his shoulder.
So
Space moves.
yeah, says his head is that way, and he doesn't know where the creature came from.
Which means he either doesn't
know
where
what
the
the
creature
creature
came
came from,
from,
and his head isn't in that direction,
which I find,
or he really doesn't know.
which means his head's not that way.
Come to a
Yeah.
fork in the road.
He said his head is that direction.
that's all he tells us. That's all he tells us.
Yeah, we're not talking to them. He is.
Okay, good enough. Let's go that way
That's
then.
enough.
I got nothing else to go on.
Lead the way, guys.
All right.
This
This one I do assume is the lie, however.
All right. So
You don't know that.
you kind of
I
go
would- I would
along.
assume so, though.
You don't know his
Go
ability.
along
I
the
am aware
path.
of that.
Okay.
Still assuming this
I could
was
be
a
lying.
lie.
You have in your Contubernium kind of look, kind of doing the police line where everybody lines
Nothing
up.
to see. Nothing to see.
No, like where everybody's like an arm's width apart and
Oh.
just kind of scouting the ground or whatever.
Sure.
Um,
Looking around.
and
Doing the search party thing. Yeah.
Looking for
We've
the
been
thing
doing
with
that
large
kind of
claws.
non-stop.
yeah,
Part
and
of
so,
our making sure we're spread to where we can.
I'm just
Keep
pulling
tabs on
petals off
everything.
a flower I found.
So
Okay, Frankenstein.
yeah, after a few minutes, one of your guys is like, "Sir, I found
Hey,
something."
It's Frankenstein's monster. Not
Yeah, and kind of go over there and,
Yep.
and look, and you see like
Robert
on the
De
side
Niro?
of a tree, like the side of the tree looks like it's been splattered with like blood and brain matter
Okay.
and like shards of bone.
The trees are attacking. We should burn the forest. Done.
Yep. We just wanted to one
Found your
said.
head.
Are you sure?
Reasonably, but you're the
Well-
doctor, so you look.
I don't know if it's that head to that
It's
body.
treacle.
I don't know.
Fair point,
DNA
but
test.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't you have a
Haven't
field
seen
kit
any
for
other
that?
bodies missing a head so far.
Yeah.
You could at least touch the blood.
How are your puzzle skills?
Like, how good at putting shattered skulls
Well, you
back
put
together?
8 minions on that.
Meet Humptus Dumptus.
Wow. -1.
Like -1 ongoing. So, as you guys are kind of investigating the tree there and the remnants of what appears to have been a head, you hear in the distance, it sounds like they're, you hear like tree snapping or twig snapping or whatever. Tree snapping. Tree snapping. Trees just go.
No, they're like
I look to the sky.
it's like a Jets and Ships thing.
So you see a little tiny speck of light coming through because the canopy is pretty thick. But
Do I notice any like shaking in the trees at all?
the trees are moving a little bit in the wind.
Yeah, they're snapping.
Yeah, they're snapping.
Trees are talking to us.
No, you actually hear that. So, what are you guys gonna do? What are you doing?
Weapons.
Okay.
Just as a matter of
I'm thoroughly
Super
entertained
stance.
and don't do anything.
Just as a matter of
Assume
I'm here to
the
watch
stance.
All right. So, yeah. So you hear the sounds kind of approach closer and closer and closer, and then you can start to see looks like movement between the trees, all coming from one direction. It looks like
and you with no archers.
Right?
yeah, nobody's got anything other than pylums.
Pylums at the ready.
But
Gladdy eye.
Fire.
I got dagger.
Fire.
Oh, Gladdy eye.
so
We're just gonna get picked off.
Yeah,
That's what's
so-
gonna happen.
where
Fire
are you
and
at?
pocket billows.
Brudius, where are you
I hope everybody's near
in
me.
relation to
but-
everybody?
Well,
yeah.
we're all together. Wait, are we?
I don't
We
know.
decided. Wait, what?
Did you do a
Did we
formation?
decide we were spread out, walking
my
like?
guys
Yeah, yeah,
are-
we're-
Yeah, we found the body
My
there.
guys
Like,
immediately
everyone
fell
has
in.
two
When I
people
said,
within,
when I hear, I'm like,
within
fall
sight.
in.
All right.
We
Yeah.
pulled our weapons. And we're
So,
we're all together, ready to.
I am
face
within-
whatever's coming.
I'm just behind.
We gotta-
In the back
close to
row.
both Lucia and
That's my job.
Spectacles.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
Gladdy eye.
Near central lead.
Okay. So, yeah, so you can see what looks like human-shaped bodies kind of coming between the trees.
I was gonna say flying from the sky.
Human shape body.
What?
Human-shaped bodies. Yes.
You mean humans?
Human-shaped bodies.
People, my dagger.
People. So where
Human
are
shaped bodies
you?
moving. It
What
makes
are
me
you
think
doing?
marionettes.
And I was like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Off the tree
So he's
branches.
Yeah.
using a wall.
The trees are attacking.
With
Where
their
is- where are
intestines
you?
to
Yeah.
use them as.
Oh.
If we're
Sorry,
moving
This
in a
game
line,
just took a twist.
I'm a big
We're
fan
kinda
of horror
like-
games.
Yeah.
So
it's not a straight line, so it's kind of like that didn't work very well. I'm here.
Like
He's drawing
Yeah,
himself
with,
now.
with he
Right
to
in the
my
front.
right and
No
or
more
she to
theater
my
time
right
for
and
this
he
guy.
to my left.
Where is Gaius then?
Gaius is kind of in the back. Gaius is like, yeah,
oh, the sling.
I'm not paid for this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Feel free to use your sling.
Sure. Where are you?
Cards Against Humanity, mind
So
having
on
a
your
stroke.
And where are you?
Behind my line. 'Cause he's got
to the right of him.
a poke
Be
you over
on
the
the-
line.
Yeah.
On that,
Poke you
the
over the
right
left.
side?
You mean like a
It's got a long,
Yeah,
it's a long
pilot.
stick.
Okay.
I use Gladdy eye. I don't know what
Forward
they are. I
and
don't know
right.
how to use them.
Okay.
That was a choice I didn't choose.
Oh.
I have no clue about the other
That's a
one.
choice you didn't choose.
I'm trying to guard as many of our group that aren't minions as possible.
That aren't minions?
That aren't expendable.
Like that side.
I need you. I need you.
Nobody in my
Thank
company
you.
is expendable.
Alright.
Little.
I am converted to your cause.
I'm getting ready to like throw pile him and then fall back into shield.
Oh, so you're
Throwing
like
a
up
pile?
here?
Yeah.
And then, so all right. So if the
You are-
arc,
you are
the
on
arc is the
skills,
Contubernium. You've got Brudius kind of up front here. Titus is a little bit off to the side. You guys, like
He's behind
everybody
you.
else, is
I'm
kind of
up there.
behind.
I'm amongst the line.
So the rest of you guys are kind of like in this spot right behind the line there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
But I'm trying to stay close to Spectacles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. So
Forgot about that.
Because I feel like I should.
yeah.
Because I have the feels for him.
So yeah. As you
The
guys are
ambiguous
kind
ones
of
like each other.
setting up yourselves, then you hear a war cry basically come from the woods to your front.
Because they're smashing through a reader.
That's basically the guys come running through the woods at you.
You
Yeah.
have the three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye behind us.
3 plus
Yeah.
9.
Do we have like
That's a good idea.
initiatives? I don't remember.
There's no initiatives or anything. So combat is fairly open. So basically, you see what appears to be the warriors from the village
No.
come charging at you.
In vaguely human-like bodies.
Yeah, in vaguely human-like bodies or whatever. So,
Their own?
Yeah, are they
I'm
their
gonna-
own bodies?
wait, what
Somebody
are
else.
you?
I'm going to call out a war cry of
you
my
have
own.
Gladius in your
I do.
shield and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right,
I'm going to call out a war cry of my own.
Titus.
So Vulcan, ask the Forge Father to bless my weapon through this fight.
I guess I'm.
Okay.
Because it says that
If I have the
Yes.
moment to meditate about what's about to happen.
That'll use 3 for him.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
it should be. It's supposed to be on the next 3 rolls,
Yeah.
which
so I've used,
you've been
I've used
rolling. So
2 of them. So I got one left.
All right.
That's funny, and they're still failed.
yes.
I rolled a 4
I want to see
and
it.
5.
I'm going to
That's fake.
see if his doom is now.
Oh, okay.
What?
Do you think?
Could you keep that to yourself?
What? So what are you?
No,
what are you
yell
guys?
it out.
I'm using my bonds of fellowship
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
to meditate on him and tell him about it. I got a 10.
Ooh.
I'm just like,
You're about ready to die.
And
please don't die, please don't die.
He was stabbed in the back with a Roman spear.
Is that a scalpel?
There's only one person here with the spear.
I'm behind them.
The spirits of the forest tell me that this is not his time. This is not his battle where he falls.
Woohoo!
You
I
get
want to swear.
This is not the battle.
You get,
battle you're looking for.
you get +1 ongoing for 3.
So no, I had one left. Does it reset though?
No, once they're spent, they're spent.
What?
Yeah.
I spent 2.
Yeah.
And you have
so,
one left.
He just gave me 3, so now I have 4.
No.
no.
I did not give you. I gave Greg.
Oh, it was Greg. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Misunderstood.
Livius. Thank you.
Livius.
Livius.
There's
You know
no
what?
Greg here. So,
Livius Medicus.
What's a Greg?
yeah. What's a Greg? All right. So, those of you, would you like to? What are you doing? What are you doing? They're charging at you.
As they draw within
They're
my,
like charging.
I'm
as
prepared to
they
hold
come
the
within
line.
my near range for the
Sorry,
pylon,
battle one, give me this.
I take aim and
I
I
got
throw it
back
at
back.
whoever looks like the most imposing.
Okay.
Who would look like they might be-
We're gonna form a phalanx.
All right. So you're exchanging blows.
Yes.
Let's do it. What are you using the?
Your
Pylon.
minions and I are
Pylon?
gonna form a
Yes.
phalanx.
Okay.
So that is what I said.
The minions and I are gonna,
Yep.
Two meter.
gonna be back
What's
to
your
back
impetus?
fighting these guys.
Are they gonna stay behind us?
Is that one of your?
No, they're gonna
things?
fight. Yeah, back to back.
Back to back.
As long as my guys anybody else stays together, they
9.
get +1 ongoing.
So 9. All right.
For as long as
So
time
yeah.
lasts.
So you hit
stay close
one of the guys.
your life gets
Very
better.
much so.
We got something
Move
going
off
on.
on do
Do
your
they
own
have any
thing.
range
and,
to throw back
you're
at
on
me,
your own.
or
They do like a few of them throw javelins.
We're gonna try to close.
cheapy javelins.
When we see they got missile weapons, we're gonna try to. close
So
to engage.
one of the javelins hits you.
okay?
So you're going to take 2 harm. You have armor.
I am going to keep moving and ignore that.
Nice.
And then when I
Ignore
hit
that.
them,
Yeah,
I will go
so
with mercy.
He's like, no.
His move is keep moving. So the first time he suffers harm in a battle, he can just ignore the harm. So basically, he dodges. Yeah.
Blow.
So he's like,
That looks so cool.
he's like, or it just hits him, and he's like,
spins the spear just goes
forget this.
Cool.
Like he did a good
Challenge
like he did a good
You
action
did
for
no
it.
harm
That
to
wasn't
him
the wound that slowed
with
him
the
down.
merciless.
Oh, yeah,
Brutus is
yeah.
gonna be like,
So,
so it's 3
3
harm.
harm?
Yeah, so it's 3 harm on that guy.
Nice.
Yeah, because he's merciless. Yeah. So this is one way he has a move that just straight up gives him +1 harm when he inflicts harm.
I do.
And you can do, yeah, if you do,
Oh, that's a different
I
one.
do if I'm doing surgery and
No, ours is
Yeah.
when we harm.
Well,
If
start
they're already
cutting
harmed,
open.
we do more harm.
Oh, that's true.
oh, that's
I have
right.
the one where I just straight up just give you more harm.
Yeah,
It's my +2 harm.
yeah. And if you really want to stack the harm, you do Ares or Mars, because they have one where they can just do +1 harm. So you can just be like,
well, when I get my mountain goat
Dead.
to ride, I'll show you.
all right. So
So I'm
Adorable.
yeah,
and
so you're
tossing
good.
that,
So
and
you,
then-
yeah, you hit one of the guys,
and I'll fall
and
back to join the formation.
you fall back to join the formation.
Formation's moving forward
Yeah.
because they're
Right.
using.
Oh,
You
then
slow
I
down.
get ready.
Weapons.
I get ready.
We're trying to
You don't have
for
to
the
fall
formation
back
to come
out.
to
close,
me.
close with alacrity.
Yep.
Because I don't want
All right. So they go forward. What are you doing since you were
We'll
out front?
close on you.
because
What kind of range are we at?
They're coming fast.
we're coming fast too.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to let them throw more than once.
There's no real set order of the combat. It's just kind of how
I kind of go around.
position.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So in this case, because
Storytelling.
the 2 of them were in front, and he had a ranged weapon ready, I had him go first.
Okay.
And now because Brutius,
I'm actually going to
is,
stand in defense, so I'm preparing to defend one of my bonded mates.
bonded mates
You aware?
already.
The reason I
now.
we ignore it.
Have you
Right,
seen
just
it?
keep going.
We
Yeah,
ignore it. to
the
kill
Contubernium
them.
passes you.
Yeah, if you.
Like they go around.
What is the status of the guy?
no.
Oh, that's your hands getting up.
Oh, okay. I just want to know. I was like, is he
I'm
still
moving forward
No.
with the Convertius, but I don't want the line to break when they hit us,
I got you.
so I'm preparing to reinforce the weak point.
Yeah. All right. So you're moving forward and whatnot. All right. So
But I'm not getting out ahead, and I'm not.
I'll move forward
Yeah.
with him.
yeah, I got you. All right. So
so I will.
yeah,
roll it.
basically the majority of the Kellic warriors kind of hit you right at the same, the 2 lines meet. There we go. God, I can't even speak right now. So the 2 lines
Wall
meet.
of death in that, yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Well, I want to be able to use this.
All right, then use it.
Why not? Why
Do
not
it.
harm
How? They're not attacking. Have they?
No, yeah, like meet as in they're not
Okay.
walking up
Exchange
trying to
blows.
shake your hand.
All right. So
No, they're like
Like you threw a.
No, no.
my
observe
thought
carefully. There you
process
go.
is different, so I'm trying to.
yeah.
Are you near me?
Yes.
No,
I'm
Then you
near,
get +1 ongoing.
He's like
I'm near you and near you.
Well, he was behind me, and he's behind. These
Yeah.
3 are right behind me. So
what is
next
the-
to me and
So I currently have
Gives you
a
+1
+2.
ongoing to what? To
the back
long-
back from Athena says, when you exchange blows while close to an ally, you each take +1 ongoing until the end of the battle or no longer close.
Okay.
So as long as they stay close to me,
there you go.
everybody
Yeah.
gets +1 for being part of my.
So this is a Fortis roll.
There you go.
probably hits.
I had a +2 on it from here and from him, so that would be an 8. So I'll pick 1, which will be that's.
Well, you rolled a 6. You have Fortis what? +1, +2.
Oh, +2. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So that
8,
becomes an
so
8.
10.
But then you got +1 for that last
ongoing
one,
for me.
+1 for him,
me for
which
the
makes
fight,
it
so
10.
you're
All right, so I will deflect blows that will rain down on me to receive no harm, and I will also defend little guy over here. My little nebulous friend.
Spectacles.
Yes,
Spectacles, yes.
to make sure that he
A
also
little
takes no
nebulous
damage
friend.
during this exchange.
Does that
I'm nebulous.
Does that preclude you doing the damage
wanna
that
say
exchange blows normally does?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
He's absorbing the shock.
I'm absorbing
Like-
attacks rather than.
Yeah, like he's right at the head of the like in the middle of the line of the Contubernium, and the barbarians charge in right in that central spot. He's basically there, and they kind of like bounce off, hit him a little bit, but it doesn't go through his shield and whatnot. So, Lucia, what's the Contubernium doing?
Attacking.
Attacking. All
Same
right.
as me.
Exchange blows.
That's right. So, what is their boat numbers?
So basically,
Because they're just a gang.
Yeah, when you have a gang, the gang basically operates as a weapon.
Okay.
So it'd be kind of like if that's your weapon instead of using your gladius.
Okay.
But I mean, in the story, you're doing it at the same time as they are.
Right.
And it should have. Do you mind if I look at it real quick?
Yeah, I don't see any numbers other than I could have chose to give them bonuses or
thought I
more
had
numbers.
yeah.
But
Yeah, so they're a small gang.
2 harm.
2 harm hand, which means they basically have a gladius. They do 2 harm, and they have 1 armor.
Right.
Because of
And I assume they have a
gladius
0
shield.
for impetus.
Right. Yes.
Because I didn't give them a
exactly.
bonus to it.
Yeah. So they have a 0 for impetus.
Okay.
But what is the leader of men? Does that do anything for you?
Leader of men. When I order my gang, I roll Lepos. On a 10 plus, I pick 2 or whatever, and then it's. I'm not sure what the benefit of picking more than 1 is, but they do what you want, even if suicidal. They don't disperse in combat, and they'll do the best to bring or give you.
I got
what
you.
ask.
Oh, it's a morale thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
To see how well they do.
All right. So
They
So
want to please the master.
plus impetus, so plus 0. So just a straight up roll for them to exchange
Oh,
blows.
mistress.
They get a 10.
10. Nice. Look at that. All right. So that inflicts 2 harm on the. And so this is a gang on gang fight.
Okay.
So yeah. So because the gangs are of equal size, there's no modifiers to that.
We're discussing the combat. It's West Side Story in the woods. That's what we're doing.
Basically, yeah. So yeah. All right. So we got you.
So they took damage,
They took 2 damage. Yeah. There were 2 harm.
and that's in lieu of me attacking?
Basically, yeah. Well, I mean, you're attacking with them
Okay.
as part of that. So, but because you're attacking with them, you're able to attack the gang
Okay.
with the gang, basically, yeah. Whereas
Does that mean I'd
individuals,
be using a Lepos attack for my attack then?
no, I mean you're stabbing with
Because
the gladius
it's
or whatever.
when I order them, it says
Yeah.
roll Lepos, not.
Well, yes. So yeah, if you're not for the
Because
attack,
if I was
but-
rolling Lepos, I got like a 13.
yeah. So
Well, 14 because I didn't add my +1
Yeah.
for my own build.
no, it's fine. You only have to roll the 1 time. It's fine. So, all right. So Marcus,
Either way,
we
you
can
get 10
exchange
points.
blows over the shoulders of the Contubernium.
Correct.
Nice.
Keeping them, the armor of the person and their shield. And then,
Yeah. Keeping it between them.
and do bugger off.
Probably,
I don't drop my weapon. I didn't fail completely.
probably a
because
good thing you
You don't
did.
have any bonus?
So
I
where's,
like,
where's your total?
But that means I don't fail.
What's your total?
7, I think. Yeah, I'm only having 1.
Yeah. So
On a
7.
miss, you suffer harm based on your opponent.
Yep.
If you attack at range.
It's +1. You're at 6.
What's your impetus?
1.
1, so that makes that a 6, and you get 1 from me, which makes it a 7, and 7 is enough to do a damage, but you're going to take take their arms.
That's it.
Yep.
Oh,
So
okay. I follow.
yeah. So you inflict what? 2 harm?
3.
3 harm? 3 harm.
Lost by 2.
Yep. So you're going to take 3 harm in return,
Okay.
They're 3 harm dealers.
but you have 2 armor.
I've got 2 armor, so I
Yeah. So you take 1 harm. So you're going to mark
Now
off
at
that
3 o'clock, yeah.
first segment.
To pity you're not part of my gang anymore. Because you'd have 3 armor.
Yep. So
True.
This is going to
It
suck.
is
for
true,
me.
because I have
Partly
Testudo. In battle, me and my gang gain +1 armor when everyone is in hand range, which is why my guys are together.
Damage.
So I'm +1 to hit and +1
so go ahead and
to
roll the
armor.
dice +1.
Gives us all 3.
Roll the dice +1.
Roll the
Both dice.
7.
So 7. 7. Ooh.
That's what we're looking for.
So I'm looking at the suffer harm move. So when you suffer harm, roll plus harm suffered after armor, so it's +1. To 7 to 9, the arbiter chooses 1. So you do lose
Oh, I see.
you do lose a grip on your spear because it kind of gets jammed into one of the guys on the.
Okay.
And just with the shuffling of bodies in front of you, they kind of twist and you lose a grip on your spear. So you don't have your spear in your possession at the moment.
Okay.
All right. What are you?
You pull
Oh,
it
you
back
already
out of
went. What are you doing?
I am observing behind us to see if there's anybody coming up.
Okay.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
Do you require medical assistance?
I'm a little busy at the moment.
No. I see nothing.
There is nothing coming up behind you.
We're good.
Spectacles, what are you doing?
I am. I guess I'm stabbing one of them, exchanging blows.
Okay.
Because I'm
Yeah,
right.
go
I'm right
nuts.
there.
Go nuts, because I got you. They can't hurt you.
Oh,
They
that's
hurt.
true.
Daddy,
That's true.
your guardian angel on your shoulder.
5,
Ooh.
6, 7.
One for me.
That's what makes it 5, and I have 6, 7.
Oh, okay.
I'm rolling Fatum for my attack.
7's a
Yes.
point of damage, and then or your harm plus.
Yeah.
I take harm.
So you go to stab. Whenever you stab one of them, get them pretty good or whatever.
I got 2 harm on him.
2 harm. Yep. All right. So
If he's already been harmed.
So, as you're stabbing this one guy, you see kind of out of the corner, well, you see in your mind's eye, like a ghost basically says, "Look out!" And you kind of turn and you see this axe kind of come down. And then you see,
The shield cannon.
yeah, Brutus just goes like this and leans his shield into the blow and it just bounces off. All right. Yeah.
Another rules.
Most awkward
Logistics.
position to be in. I'm good.
How are
Right
you-
between us.
Now I'm feeling the love.
How are you
On both
I
sides.
just push him back.
Let's
I
be
push him
dealt
back
out
to block you.
between
That's where I
one
was
group
speak.
versus the individual that's hitting one of the groups.
So as far as the mechanics go, they are a gang. So they're one entity. They basically have a pool,
Yeah, the one unit.
effectively a pool of hit points, if you want to call it that. And because they are a gang and individuals are not, the gang basically has more armor. So they don't take as much damage. So Lucia's gang will do normal damage, so they're normal 2 damage. But anybody else attacking the gang will do less damage because they are not a gang and they're facing a gang. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So, like in this case, it's a small gang versus an individual person or several individuals, but it's not a gang. So the gang inflicts +1 damage against an individual and has +1 armor against what?
So in other words, I did no damage.
So when you're the quit,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you can choose to have you and your horse count as a gang.
Oh, no, it's a real discussion.
No, it's not part of the play.
Digression.
Hey, my question is from if you've got his group
Right.
harmed their gang coming in, but then you've got the individuals that are doing attacking.
The
So I
gang.
did real damage.
Like a random
I
person.
definitely did real damage.
Yeah.
Well,
which is
so
why
basically,
Got it.
so
gang
basically,
attacking is
Lucia
better
did
than you.
his gang
no
did
good,
2
actually.
harm.
Right, because I have a penalty to the damage, whereas
Well, their armor's better.
But everybody else who's attacking the gang is doing
Their
one
armor's
less
better
harm because
against
they have
just
one,
you.
They have 1 extra armor.
But if it's your
But you're
whole
still
gang, their
keeping
armor's
track
worse.
of their
So yeah, you do more
harm
damage essentially.
levels.
Yeah, it's cumulative. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of it all kind of goes together. All right, so I think everybody has had a chance to do something. So that they it's kind of a melee scrum now. Yeah, because the impetus where the 2 lines have met, where
The heads get thrown in.
exactly there is a head in there.
probably some of their
So,
guys might have
yeah,
died since
yeah.
they took some real
Yeah.
damage.
So, and then, so Livius, as you were looking around behind you and not seeing anything, you kind of turned back around to see where the fight is, to kind of gauge if anybody needs help or if you have a good spot to stab or whatever. And you hear something behind you,
Oh,
and turn around, I take it?
I would love to.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So you turn around and you see what looks like a large tree limb swinging in your direction. Would you like to
Dodge.
overcome adversity?
I think I shall.
Please describe how you would like to overcome this adversity.
I want to do a diving roll underneath the limb.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge.
With what stat?
Squeals
That's
like
what I
a
have.
girl.
Which one is that?
Throws himself to the floor.
Please
Dodge a
dodge.
tree, you can dodge a ball.
Let's use Fatum.
You're gonna let
He's going to
luck-
trip and fall
Yep.
under the thing. That's what he's gonna do.
Yes.
I was forewarned by the sound of the limb creaking as it moved forward.
Okay. Yeah.
And you were warned today's not the time.
That is.
Or maybe it is.
What's your total?
I get smacked. 6.
Your total is 6.
Yep.
All right.
Let
Yes.
fate decide if I dodge
Yeah,
this.
only for
First
me.
feature bonus from you.
You're still standing right next
You
to
get
me.
you got
So-
one from him and one from.
Got
Okay.
So it's partial success.
Your one is one.
Partial
Tatum
success.
for one.
That's why I took that. It seemed to be an obviously really good thing as long as you stay close.
Yeah. All right. So
But there's a
you're.
complication.
What were you doing? You trying to like dive under the? Dive under it. So you dive under the limb. Your roll kind of takes you a little bit further away from the group than you had
You lose
anticipated.
+1 from
Your
him.
radius.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
You're not one of those anymore.
And so
One
basically,
of us, one of
and then
us.
you kind of roll into basically a large tree trunk.
It gets you.
Yeah, that's moving.
It starts opening its mouth.
Basically, what you see is what's on my back.
Which is
Just show the picture.
Camera.
So you see this?
Oh!
Right there.
Run! Sounds like a really good option at the moment.
They weren't kidding when I said the forest is pissed.
If it happens to have a three
You get 3
claw things about
claws.
6 inches apart.
Yeah, we found where the patrol went.
It does.
Into
All right, what are you
that.
doing?
Well,
Can I yell at this time? Behind you.
Yeah.
busy. Take care of
is
it.
anyone in dire straits right now?
You don't even
Triple check
turn
your
around.
roll.
Is anyone taking a significant amount of harm?
Head cut off by a random.
Is anyone taking a significant amount of harm?
Taking 1 harm.
I think he's the only
I'm
one
at
that's been
3.
harmed.
I'm going to be
I marked
You'll
them
be
off.
fine.
But I know I'm
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and
I
attack.
do not die.
You can exchange
he's
blows.
not
With
Exchange
the,
blows,
with the
yeah.
gang.
I would like
Do
to
it.
exchange blows with the gang.
Do it.
Kick its ass.
And
be
of
wrong.
course I'll be
Yeah,
using my
collective
fortis to do so.
Right, kick their collective asses.
So that will be an 11.
Yep. All right. So you deal your
2
2
harm.
harm.
I should have said Hades
It's
speaks
probably
to me
one,
first.
I'm guessing.
At least I
Because
think
if their
so.
gang's anything like my gang, it normally has an armor 1. Mine's just armorier.
All right. What are you doing now? So you see.
Armored.
Did I
Bree
really
is just
hear anything from?
Oh yeah, you hear.
Look out behind you.
I don't know. What did you say?
Behind
Basically, look
Oh
behind you.
yeah. Look out behind you. Whatever.
I believe he said.
only it was
For you.
We have to take care of that.
that scream was in Latin, by the way.
Ah yes.
How much am I in this fight? Like, am I able to back out and deal with that, or am I like stuck in where we are right now?
Well, you're kind of on the edge of the line, so you're holding the end of the line. The flank. Could be
I
the
should not
flank.
leave. I'm sorry.
If you
Okay,
want,
no, that's fine.
if
We
you
got
want,
this
I
guy.
can try and hold this line.
For glory.
Yeah,
you
but
got
you're the
me.
one that's behind the line, so.
You are right. For glory, I look at that and I charge it.
So you just see Titus turn around at the end of the
Why
line.
you filled in the
and
hole? That
charge.
was what you
I
wanted
got
to
you,
do.
idiots!
Thank you,
I'm coming for you. Somebody.
Has Gabe been drinking? He said nothing the entire time.
He's been waiting for this moment.
He's
Moment has proven itself.
I charge it.
Go for the big thing.
What do you have for weaponry?
And since
What
you
do
were
try?
wanting to be ready to fill
Got your
the
gladius
holes,
out.
that would be
It's like-
right now.
Here's your
As I
hole,
pulled it out, I'm like,
Yeah, well,
There's an
okay.
opportunity to fill a hole.
Exchange the blows.
Take the end of the line.
coming for
You're filling
it.
his hole.
Well, I'm not filling anyone's holes.
Oh,
It's hold the line.
all right. Nice, very nice.
3.
He like
Three
stabs right into the. Oh, that's right. You do 3 harm.
Okay, guys.
harm.
So,
Stabs it right in his bark.
should I go
He's
protect
like-
this little crazy guy, or should I
No.
try and hold this line?
I'll hold this line for right now.
All right. Hold away.
I think
Oh,
there's
you're
2 people
you're on your
that are
own.
able to go back now.
Marcus, what are you doing? Remember your spear is
I'm
like
currently
lying
pull out the gladius and I will start fighting the group of people in front of me because that's what I'm used to,
like
not
you're so
back
calm.
behind.
on. All right, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
He's so high in this round. So.
Okay, including your plus
Yeah.
110.
Nice. So you inflict your damage on
3.
the 3?
You harmed for 3?
Yes, I harm for 3.
Where's the third one from? Oh, are you a
2
weapon?
harm for the weapon and
You a
plus
weapon
1
master?
because I'm a weapon master.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
So
Yes.
that's probably 2 harm also.
So
So you don't start the fights, but you.
I was gonna do that, but I said
That's why I'm still alive.
he's just like squeezing in between two of the,
Yeah, I guess
the
so.
guys from the concert.
Oh, I figured we probably should have one.
It's never a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Like,
to have the
it's
guy
over
who's
the top.
It's over the top.
like right into some dude's head.
It's the Roman tactic. It's the
The
Roman
fountain erupts.
Yeah. You want
Same
to?
thing.
Yeah. Get your guys.
Continue.
You're like yelling at him. Get
Land
him!
on the smack.
Step.
And I get an 8.
Step.
An 8. All right. So
Which is still going to be doing the...
yeah, it's still good. So yeah, I mean, you hear a couple of calls from your guys like and you look and you see.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, they only do 2 damage, right?
The bad guys
Maybe.
do 2.
'Cause if they only... I mean, if it's from them.
Yeah, but you only have 1 armor.
I have 2 armor for my guys. My guys
that's
have
right.
armor, and I have Tetsudo.
Because they're in the Tetsudo formation. I got you.
Tetsudo, so
You're
we all have 2
Tetsudo.
armors to their
Not
1.
Tetsudo. It's not a big club.
It's a Tetsudo, so we all have 2 armor.
Whatever.
So
I got you.
unless they hit
Yeah.
us good, they're not hitting us.
I forgot you had the formation.
Gang
Yeah,
and
yeah. They're like shield walling.
Correct.
Cool. All right.
Like that over the shield.
Yeah. So yeah, you start like you're just like stabbing down on people, and then the Contubernium is stabbing through whatever, and you see the guys they start to falter, and they start to back off, and then a couple of them just start running in the opposite direction away from the fight.
That's not us they're running away from.
Spectacles,
That's not us they're running away from.
Spectacles, what are you doing?
but yeah, I haven't really turned on pay attention to that, and the Roman Legion's normal thing is probably to chase them down,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. They must be killed.
Historical accuracy.
I would say not in the
No.
view
Not
that
mid-combat?
there's a larger threat that close.
I'm not sure my guys have turned away from what we're fighting. To
Spectacles.
there's people behind us.
I suppose I will.
Actually, they would
I
hold the
will
line and let them break off if they want.
try to aid.
But it's your group, not mine.
I know.
Since I can't really do
I
too
have
much
all
damage,
the
I'm
way
going to try
until my
to
next round
aid
to
with
decide what I'm going to do.
Brutius in his next attack.
Okay. Who are you attacking now? Because these guys are like fleeing.
Well, I'm going to turn and go toward the big thingy.
You're like, oh, what's going on?
I'm
with
going to get
Livius?
his attention to send him off that
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
He
So
smacks,
go
me,
ahead over here.
smacks me in the back of the head. I'm like, "Ooh."
Livius, what are you doing now? You're at the base of this
Throw a
creature.
scalpel! Throw a scalpel!
So who's
Scalpel
base
against tree
this?
monster.
So I'm going to
So
go.
he's like right next to it.
Okay, I will go
because
stand.
he rolled into
I will
it.
go stand by him in case I need to protect him.
And Titus basically charged it and impaled part of it with his. Nice.
Like wood chip coming off.
Is that a miss?
You're very helpful.
What were you
I don't know,
actually
it might be.
What were you trying to do?
Aid him with his
What's
attack
your, what's
on
your
the big
bond?
thing.
What's your bond with Brutius?
+3. So 5,
still
6.
That's it.
Still misses.
It's still a fail.
Still fail.
And you get to mark XP.
Yeah.
Plus, he's running off.
So Livius, what are you doing?
He's not going to be next.
You see Brutius like running towards you.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to bow out here, guys.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't quite anticipate us going this long. I thought this was going to go a lot faster, but and it's really almost over.
Your confidence is
In one way or another.
Oh.
One way. I don't like it.
Well, let's
So-
see what happens on a fail. I will exchange blows.
Get it!
I'm just
Did you have Master of Anatomy?
I do.
Nice.
Look at him,
You
look
have
at
Master of Tree Anatomy?
Yes. +2.
Master of Botany?
You do not get his because you're a little bit too far away.
Do you have a master of botany?
Yes.
Master of Botany, yeah.
Box scars.
That's a 9.
9. There you go.
You
All
do
right.
harm. You
So,
take harm.
yeah.
Well, I just want to see what happens if I take harm.
Yeah. How much harm do you deliver? 1?
Probably.
Yeah. Because you have a dagger?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you start like chipping away at the bark or whatever.
And a piece of it gets in your eye.
Yeah, and like you're chipping away, and then all of a sudden you're like, bam! This something really heavy hits your head.
Protect him because he was trying to.
300. Okay.
Because he was trying to
He's
protect
protecting
him.
me.
No, he said he was going to protect him.
I was going to,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
acted a little quickly.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a gap between.
Didn't quite get there.
He
between the
was
two
a
of them.
little hasty. That's a shame.
Well,
So
he dodged under the tree and rolled away.
Don't be hasty. That's the moral here.
Alex, do you have to go now, or I mean, do you have to go to work or something, or
No.
Or- okay.
No.
Other stuff
Irene's
going on.
on her way over here.
what's that?
Irene's on her way over
Florida,
here.
come on
Oh,
in.
she is.
Yeah, we're headed out.
I got you.
somewhere.
Okay.
We got to pick someone else up.
She can come inside. It's okay.
Yeah, but we have a.
Oh, you got to go
We're
quickly.
going to the Scars and Stripes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Scars and Stripes concert.
Nice.
Started at noon.
Oh,
It's going on to like 9.
Oh.
nice. Cool. Yeah, that's definitely a digression. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, wait, where am I at?
37.
He got hit by a
Yeah.
tree.
So he got hit by a tree.
Thanks.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm gonna.
So you're like running up there. You're like, I'm too late.
You stupid.
So, but you get there.
I killed it.
All right.
Well, if
good one,
I
man.
get there, I'm gonna hit this.
Nice to meet you.
I remember where I met you before. Now
Where?
at Little Shop here, we were playing D&D.
Oh, yeah.
One of the fill-in games. Nice
Yeah,
meeting you
probably
too.
encounters or something.
Alex, thanks for joining us. Hopefully,
Yeah, I'll get the hold of
Why
you.
did you shake my hand? It was weird.
Because I'm saying bye.
No, you're not. You're
oh
saying
yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow.
watch the camera
Yeah.
or whatever.
All right.
I'm saying bye for now.
Because we're gonna play. Black Blade, right?
Yep.
No.
Digression again.
First time I've heard of this.
What are you playing? You got room?
Maybe, I guess, I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
We can figure it out.
yeah.
Plans
So the Contubernium, do you
I
like
didn't know it was
over?
weird.
So when I look to see that there's something
Yeah,
more
because
dangerous
you
than
basically
this
hear
guy,
Livius go,
I'm going to let them flee.
Something like
we'll
that.
just
Just
have
like
to
that.
sack the village on our way out.
Exactly
And
like
we're
that.
going to...
Did I-
Contubernium's going to have to...
charge in there.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
do it.
After I
Did I
probably
get the
make a
chance
Lepos roll
though
to
to?
get
Did I get
them
the chance
to
though
do
to
something
at least
Do
hack
it.
the
Lead
thing
them.
when I got there?
What's that?
Did I get the chance to at least hack at this thing when I got
Sure, go ahead.
Damn right.
I got a 13 on my...
Boom.
Cool.
I got a 13 on my Lepos.
Yeah,
Too
they
hard.
charge right in.
Because I'm
So
like, let's get... we already got
exchange
the
blows with
We got,
do
we
it.
got the
Do
blood,
it.
yeah.
blood
Do
points
it.
already.
Well, I got a 14, so there.
That will be
15.
an 8.
An 8, but that's enough to
Hit them.
deliver harm. So, yeah, this time the armor is not quite good enough. Like a couple of guys take some wounds. All right, thanks, Alex.
Trying to fall back.
See ya.
Tend to the wounded.
I got a 15.
But basically, yeah,
No,
basically
you try to fall back and tend to the wounded.
between yeah, it doesn't really matter.
With your dagger, really?
But,
Really?
but basically a combination of Brutius charging in and the Contubernium as a whole. They kind of get in there and just
Chop
hit the
leg
thing
off.
hard. Like limbs are falling off or whatever, and it takes a few seconds really, because combats usually don't last that long. And the thing just starts going, and it ends up collapsing, and then
See?
Oh, because it's a gang on a single creature, isn't it?
sort of, but it's a large creature, so
Okay.
it in its own right acts as a gang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but it falls and basically turns into ash and kind of disperses and then floats away on the wind.
Trying to collect some of the ash.
Oh, I breathed some of it in.
You collect some of the ash. Good. So anyway, that's basically all I really have for you guys, as far as kind of a sample adventure.
Okay.
Because it's what is it? It's getting on
10.
close to 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
Close to 5.
Close to 5. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, I didn't want to go too long because I didn't want to make the video like 9 hours long or anything. So
Well, if you cut out all the digressions,
cut
it'd
out
be
all
about
the
30
digressions.
minutes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're like, all right, 2 minutes,
Howard
and we're done.
Fox.
So, like I said, I appreciate you guys coming. Do you have any comments or did you enjoy yourselves, or was it just a complete waste of time?
No, I'd play it again.
So bored. No, it was very.
Nice that you're able as a player to actually contribute
Mhm.
with the decision making. It's more of a fluid game instead of just a straight scripted
Yeah.
kind of module that we've talked about before.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why I chose this particular rule set to use for the world.
I like the idea of the instead of inspiration that other games use the
To give
ongoing
like-
or
actually,
because you could give any of the flavors ongoing hold
right.
have a point for
Yeah.
whatever or
Forward,
ongoing penalties too.
Yeah.
Actually,
whatever.
I was going to ask, did this combat, was it altered because our augur saw humans
Yes.
in the engagement?
Yeah, so the original idea, and it depended upon what happened, it was the village. Like, if you guys would have attacked the village or fought the gang at the village, they wouldn't have fought, or there wouldn't have been a gang when you fought the creature. But because you chose not to fight the gang at the village, they showed up at the same time as the creature.
The moral of the story
So-
is, if you ever run into a gang, kill it. Fight right there and then.
We should have lit that village on fire. I'm just saying.
But there would have been a few things. Like if you had lit the forest on fire, the creature would have attacked immediately.
Yeah.
Um,
Then the creature
We were trying to avoid that.
and so the very first playtest I did was with some guys over at a different store. I don't know if I should mention them, but
I don't think that's unfair.
but in any event,
No, you were the rules.
no mention of other stores. Anyway, so they were the ones who had the medicus, who was basically Dexter, and he specifically went around before they left camp and collected basically Molotov cocktails. And because he kind of came to the conclusion immediately that it was going to be some kind of something in the woods or whatever. And so he's like, so he prepared initially to bombard whatever it was, whether it was trees or whatever, with fire. And so when they got to the actual creature, they torched it. They torched the creature and they just lit the whole thing on fire.
Wow.
So.
Knew it.
But so I've run this scenario now 4 different times because I ran it twice at Strategicon this past weekend, and every single time things have happened a little bit differently. Partially because when there's no Venator, the getting lost is much easier to happen. Although it's a little rough.
Lost. You lot got lost.
That's right. Yeah. So it kind of it definitely changes things, and like only 2 of the 4 sessions was there an augur. Which, like I was saying earlier, it makes it changes the dynamic of the game a little bit because you end up with a little bit more player input in certain regards, which I, as a GM, find more fun to be like, hey, what did you see, and then try to integrate that somehow, whether it's right or wrong, into the game. But anyway, like I said, hope you guys had fun. I appreciate you guys coming out.
Thanks for the invite.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Guess we got to tell them to cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Walk out. It runs the next
probably.
12 hours.
I know, right? Why is this video 12 hours long?
Yeah, there's somebody still sat there who's watching an empty table. I like 12 minutes. So what's going to happen?
That'd be pretty funny. 38.
Still 8! Still 8!
Still 8, yeah.
And 3 non-PG-13s.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, I still think
I still
not my
blame
fault,
you.
man. I was in the Navy for too long and around vet.
I know, yeah. Yes,
Normally, I'm around vets
Yes,
who are
we're
that
blaming
way
Gabe
every
for that.
single day because I deal with them every day.
Normally, I'm pretty, I'm a potty mouth as well, but
you did really well.
I try to
The
keep
fact
all
that I
those
kept
things.
it to 1
Yeah, I know. Right?
was because I don't keep it to 1 at work.
Yeah, neither do I.
But like I said, I deal with vets, and it's just
Yep,
it's just a built-in part of the conversation.
right.
Yep. I have to
So-
remember I'm not at work.
Did you guys want a card from
I'm a
Stephanie?
pediatrics nurse, so I try and keep it clean at work.
You know what?
Pediatric